Hello, hey everybody. I'm just getting this set up, getting this pushed out. We usually don't go live on Wednesdays, but I couldn't go yesterday. Thank you, Miss Katie Cat, for the heart me. Usually Tuesday nights are our sensory night where we listen to our Audible book and just color and relax, but I couldn't because of scheduling conflicts, so I am doing that tonight. Oh, look at Miss Katie Cat in the fan club for 3 months. So, here we are, and I appreciate y'all being here. And as soon as everybody gets in, we will go over the summary of the book, and then we will start the book. We're on chapter 20. Thank you so much for the Go Pops and the Moo Moos. But for this page, I'm going to do like a little pastel waterfall pastel page. One of our challenges this month is the pastel. So that's what we're going to be doing. Hopefully this gets pushed out and everybody gets in. Yes, I'm so excited. It's going to be great. Thank you, Katie. I appreciate it. Hey, Crystal, thank you for the heart me. Hey. Hello, Amber. Hello. We are about to get started. Hey, how are you? What we got going on here? All right, we're going to do a quick hey ghoul. I was waiting for everybody to kind of get in, and then I was going to do a quick summary of the book, get us caught up, and then we're going to start. Thank y'all for being flexible and coming here tonight. I know there's other people that go live on Wednesdays that you might want to hang out with and flip back and forth. I understand. This isn't my normal night. Usually this is my night off. So thank y'all for being here. Did you, Kelpie? Hello, Ronnie. I'm going to be doing like a pastel waterfall page. Normally on, I know tonight's Wednesday, but normally on Tuesdays we listen to an Audible book, but I had to move it to tonight because of scheduling conflicts this week. So the summary for chapter 11 through 19, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, I'm not going to be able to do both. So let me read you the summary that I wrote down, and then I'll turn on the book and then we'll start this page. So from chapters 11 to 19, we learned that nobody talks about the plant that is no longer in use. It's like a big no-no. Everybody just like, nope, we don't talk about it. And the beings from the woods, they're starting to come into town when they're not really supposed to be. It flips to Joseph and his girlfriend. She comes, sees him in the middle of the night. She tells him that there are a lot of these beings, and that some of them are actually disguised as the people in town. But some of them, like Mr. First, can't disguise themselves, so they have to hide in other places like the woods and the lakes. And she claimed that they're not bad, they're just lost, and that they're afraid of somebody that has. Hey, Senna, I'm just now going over our recap of what you missed, or if anybody missed last week. Some of the beings cannot disguise themselves as people, so they have to hide. And then there's these there's these relationship, not like in a like love kind of way, but there's these relationships that the beings have with the people to help take care of them. Like some of them feed them and look out for them and blah 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 blah. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you for the heart me. Kind of like deals, I guess. And they have like these very strict rules in this town that they were under the impression that these beings could never, expire. But we know in the beginning of chapter 1 of them expired. Mr. Waringer, he was murdered. So now they're all like in this uproar, like what's going on? This isn't supposed to happen. They've lived in this town with their same lives every day, blah, 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 blah. We learned that Mona was married in her 20s. She got pregnant, but she lost the baby after being in a car accident at 8 months. Her and her partner separated, and she found out it was supposed to be a girl. while she's reflecting on this past, she finds an old school film strip in her attic, and she sees that this video that Miss Benjamin is in with her mom. So this whole time, Miss Benjamin has told her that she didn't know her mom, but this video shows, okay, Miss Benjamin is lying. But also the mysterious thing is, this video was taken 30 years ago, and Miss Benjamin looks the same as she did 30 years ago and has not aged. All right, if you're just joining in, I'm doing our summary. On Tuesdays, we listen to an Audible. You can see my little tag up here. And I'm just doing a recap on what we read last week. And then we're going to start coloring. I'm going to do like a pastel water fall in this page. And I'm going to be working in the Coco Wyo Little Cuddles book. All right, I'm almost done with the summary. Then we'll get started. We usually do this every Tuesday night, but I had to move it to Wednesday this week. But every Tuesday night is our color sensory, listen to an Audible and just relax. Okay, Mona starts having these weird dreams and visions, and there's like a vision she has where she sees this big thunderstorm that the people of the town have talked about. And she also seen like this charred young girl in the bathtub or something like this. And she finds out that her visions are actually her seeing a fracture in time. So what she's seeing is actually something that happened in the past, but the timeline is kind of like weird. And she learns this from Mr. Parsons. Thank you for the follow. Yep, her and her tea. And before that, though, Mr. Macy, he's talking with Mr. First. Now we know these are the beings. Okay, Mr. Macy is a being. They're talking about how when apparently these beings came to Wink to hide from something, okay? And hey, Doreen, thank you for the heart me. And when they came to Wink, they all made a pact that they wouldn't harm any of the humans that lived in the town, and they wouldn't harm each other. But obviously someone is harming them, right? And so Mr. First says, well, what if it was one of them that didn't make the promise, who has been living with them in secret? And come to find out that is true. And at the end of the chapter, this man that Mr. Macy notices, well, back it up. Mr. Macy doesn't like colors. His house is very like black and white. And there's this odd package left at his door. Not at his door, but in his house. And it's like brightly colored, brightly like all these pinks and stuff. And inside of it is a rabbit skull. Okay. And when he opens the present and he sees the rabbit skull, he sees this man in a horned tribal mask that he's afraid of. And he realizes that this is the being that he's called the wildling. And the wildling is chasing after them. Like, he followed them there is what he said. He's like, you followed me here. You've been here the whole time. And this is what we're thinking is killing off the beings. So it ends with Mr. Parsons telling Mona, because like he can't tell Mona a lot of information about the beings, but he tells her he will give her more information if she helps solve who is murdering the beings. Okay, because now that's two beings. Oh, and Mr. Macy was murdered. I forgot to tell you that. At the end of the chapter, the tribal man murdered Mr. Macy. So that's two beings down. Okay, so that's where we're going to pick up. And I'm going to color, like I said, I'm going to do a little less talking, a little less hooting and hollering. But still, if you have any questions about anything, send me a send a text, a comment. Send me a comment. Thank you for the follows. And I'll be sure to like pause and answer those questions. And we'll try to get through as much as we can. So I'm going to go ahead if anyone has any other questions. I'm so excited. Yes, there's an imposter, Senna. There's an imposter among us.
How am I supposed to do that? It's simple, Parsons says.
This is the end of 19.
All you have to do is solve a murder. Parson lets her sleep on the office couch that night.
These are the colors I'm using if anybody wants it.
How it's dangerous, he does not tell her. He cannot. He sits behind his desk as she sleeps, listening to the radio.
I think they're supposed to be stones.
He likes the radio. It's a very soothing experience, he finds, to hear the voices of the dead past in his ear, like they're still alive and fine. 2 moments in time brushing against one another.
Thank you, Senna.
He looks at the woman asleep on his couch, rolled up in an old white blanket and face buried in the cushion. and he wonders what she truly is. For he knows she is more than just a rather pretty woman with a sad past, as she first seemed. He's beginning to suspect that what he is looking at is something like a bomb, waiting for the spark to set it off. Parson stands and examines the board of keys on his wall again. He looks for a long, long time before finding the right one, which is last in line behind a long row of them in the corner. The key is unlike most of the others. It's long, its metal is dark, and it has one thick, awkward tooth at the end. He walks to one section of the paneled wall in his office. He looks back at Mona and confirms she's asleep. Then he feels the wall, fingers probing its nooks and crannies, until he finds one hole whose existence would not appear coincidental to a casual glance. He inserts the key in the hole and turns it. There is a clunk from somewhere in the wall, and one section of the paneling pops out a little. Parson works his fingers into its edge and pulls it open. It's a small, narrow door, one that could not comfortably allow a taller person to pass. On the other side is a wooden staircase, and Parson peers down it, inspecting its wooden steps, for they have not been used in some time, and he's not sure they're still sound. He begins down the staircase, which is dark and unlit. After the first turn, he begins feeling the wall for a switch, and on finding it, he hits it. A string of caged lights along the ceiling flicker on, leading him down the rickety passageway, and he continues until he finally comes to the motel basement. The basement is lit by a single old halogen work lamp dangling from the ceiling. Besides this, the basement is almost entirely empty, its cracked cement floor totally bare. But it's not completely empty. In the center of the basement, directly under the work lamp, is what appears to be a large, rough-hewn cube of dark, stained metal. It's nearly 4 feet tall and wide on all sides. Its edges are somewhat notched, and its sides a little scratched, and it's missing one corner. But besides that, it's whole and unharmed. Yet despite its simplicity, one cannot help but get the feeling that there is something more to the metal cube. Perhaps it's how it manages to attract the eye, no matter where you look. You could stare at your shoes as hard as you like, yet eventually you would find your gaze slowly, inexorably lifting to rest on the cube sitting in the light of the work lamp. Or maybe it's the way the air seems cooler the closer you get to the cube, eventually growing so cold that if you were to approach it, you'd feel sure you were about to freeze over. Or maybe, if you were particularly observant, it would be the cracks in the cement floor.
Gladys, thank you for the follow.
For a quick study would show that all the cracks radiate outward from the cube, as if it's been slowly pushing down on the slab of cement with greater and greater pressure. Parson does not enter the basement. He stays on the stairway on the very bottom step. He's not willing to venture any closer. He looks at it for a long time, reflecting on how little it's changed since he first stored it here. He says, "This is your doing, isn't it?" If he expects a response from the cube, it doesn't come. "You brought her here," he says. "I don't know how you did it from so far away, but you pulled her here." Still, the cube does nothing. It simply sits in the center of the room, gleaming darkly in the light of the lamp. "Why?" he asks. "What are you doing? What do you need her for?" No response. But is Parson mistaken, or is the work lamp moving a little bit, as if the cube is pulling it closer and closer? "Answer me," he says. "Answer me. I deserve that. I deserve one answer at least." The work lamp keeps getting closer and closer, its cord stretched to the breaking point, until finally it can take it no longer, and with a snap, the lamp breaks free and flies to the cube like a bullet from a gun. The light goes out, and there's a clang and the sound of glass shattering from somewhere in the darkness. Then nothing. Parson gazes into the darkness. "Fine," he says bitterly. "Have it your way." And he stomps back upstairs to his office.
I'm going to try my little stub.
We are not having this conversation. Chapter 20. Okay, so Mona knows now, or at least generally feels, that she isn't insane. She's not hallucinating, nor is she schizophrenic. Nor is any of this a result of years of profound and bitter depression. Depression she thought she was escaping when she came to Wink. No, she now feels that this madness is being done by Wink itself. As if the little town is toxic or soporific in some way. And she's slowly
I hadn't
being
tried
drugged
them
or
yet,
poisoned
Maddie.
just by being here.
I was
Why this town
not
has
sure if I'm
such
gonna like
an
it. We'll
effect on
see.
her, she isn't sure. But she knows now that it's not some genetic defect in her brain that may one day send an impulse to her hand telling it to please
What,
pick up that loaded Remington
what were you
closet,
trying it on?
lift it to her temple, and await the hot kiss of cordite perfumed lead. Which is a pretty big relief. But if she's not crazy, she thinks as she drives the Charger through town with evening rushing on above her, then why is she still here? And, more importantly, why is she suddenly so cavalier about committing very prosecutable breaking and entering on behalf of a semi-lucid old man who runs an empty motel on the outskirts of this town? Because, she reminds herself as she parks her car on the side of the road next to a steep cliff, that's exactly what she's about to do. She gets out and peers down the cliff and sees the home nestled in the pines below. It's a huge, sprawling mansion, and though she can't see much of it from here, she can tell it's one of those houses in Wink that's absolutely perfect. A house that should exist only in the backgrounds of fashion magazines and Rockwell paintings. It's getting quite dark out by now, and she checks her equipment one last time. She's wearing her black boots, a pair of dark jeans, and a dark coat she borrowed from Parson. Around one shoulder is a black compact backpack that contains a set of improvised lockpicks. And Mona, having worked quite a few burglaries in her time as a cop,
Yeah, I think
knows
they're
these
probably
are frequently all
more
that's
like
necessary.
commonly
A
used
small
for
flashlight, a utility knife, and a pair
charcoal.
of gloves.
His
Tucked
Shrek's
in her
house,
back,
yes.
as usual, is her Glock.
Yes, you're
But
right.
she hopes to Christ she's not going to need
Not
it.
her Glock.
Mona's never shot anyone, and she doesn't want her first time to occur when she's doing something ridiculously illegal.
Illegal.
I do not expect for there to be anyone there, or anyone watching, Parson told her back at the motel. The death happened weeks ago, and I expect all eyes will be on Macy's residence, since his passing is so much more recent. So getting in and out of Waringer's house should be no issue. The way you say
Issue.
that makes me think there's problems somewhere else, Mona said. You are correct, Parson said. It's what's inside the house that may be an obstacle for you. I thought you said Waringer was just an old man who lived by himself.
I know,
Parson
Senna.
squirmed uncomfortably, and Mona
It was
knew
so
they were
weird.
skirting one of the many subjects he couldn't discuss directly. There are very few justs in Wink, he said. Let me simply say that what you encounter in the house, even if Waringer no longer lives there, will probably be unlike many things you have ever seen before. I really don't like being sent into anything blind, she said to him. If I wind up hurting someone doing this, I will be fucking mad. But it's what he said
Mad,
just
you
after
hear?
this that really got to her, Mona thinks, as she begins sliding down the slope, grasping rocks and roots to slow her descent. But Parson just smiled and said, if it's any consolation, if you find anything within the house,
Issue.
I doubt you would be able to hurt it at all. She comes to the base of the cliff and squats there, listening. She can hear no one nearby, nor can she see anyone. The fence of Waringer's backyard
I know, Maddie.
starts
It
just
takes
ahead,
me out.
made, of
What?
course, of perfect white pickets. But the advantage to this is that they have significant gaps between them, so she can see quite a bit of the house and the yard on the other side. The house is utterly
This
dark
is supposed to
and
be a
still.
cloud. I hope
The yard totally
it
disorganized,
looks like a cloud.
but with plenty of cover. Mona sighs a little and, mentally kicking herself every step of the way, runs up and hops the fence. She feels as if she's just broken some solemn rule when she crests the top of the fence and lands on the ground on the other side. She looks around at the dark, quiet yard. It's overgrown with leafy brush, and an unpruned cottonwood leans drunkenly toward the house as if about to impart an impolite secret. She remembers what Parson said. What you are looking for is something that will not belong there at all. It will be a key, but not just any key. It will be a large, technical-looking key, like a key for some rare and extremely dangerous piece of equipment, which it is in a way. It will be unusually long and have many, many teeth, and its head will be striped yellow and black. And I expect that, if it's still there, Warringer will have attempted to hide it very, very well. And what is this key to?
What?
Mona asked. A place, said Parson. A place that has answers for you and me. Answers for you and me, Mona thinks as she makes her way to the back door. She kneels and produces her lock picks and grasps the knob as she examines the lock. It's as she reaches for the right pick that she twists the knob a little and is surprised to find it gives. She twists the knob all the way and gives the door a little push. It falls open. Well, she thinks, that makes things a lot easier. She slips inside and shuts the door behind her. She turns on her flashlight and sees she's in the kitchen, and it's done in that nauseating sort of faux French country that requires lots of rustic chicken decorations.
Ugh.
A genuine cat
Not the
clock
chicken decorations.
hangs on the wall, tail at an angle, eyes suspiciously at one side.
Don't be suspicious.
Mona's about to start
Okay, we're
forward
gonna
when
try
she hears
these.
something. There's a song being played.
Hold on, I got
somewhere
a
in the
question.
house.
Okay, for those of you that got the box, how are y'all sharpening these? Because I'm struggling. I'm struggling. I don't want to pull out no pocket knife and start whittling away. But it's not working in my pencil sharpener. Okay, that is all.
She calms herself and prowls forward through the rooms, all of which are a little shabby but quaint. The song is coming from an ancient-looking record player, which, defying all logic, is playing 20 seconds of How Much Is That Doggy in the Window over and over again. Mona flashes the room with her light, sees no one, and approaches. Immediately, she spots the signs of a struggle. She can see where the couch has been moved, its clawed feet out of place with the years-old indentations in the green shag carpet. She's guessing someone bumped it, and bumped the record player in the process, which is why it's stuck on repeat. It must have been playing this section of song for weeks, over and over again. Mona
Okay,
debates
thank you.
turning it off.
I'll try that,
But if
Doreen.
there
Thank you,
is someone
Maddie.
else here, and there won't be, she tells herself, but if there is, then whoever it is, they'll definitely know they're not alone if the music stops.
I know it.
So
I
as
figured
much
an
as it sets
X-Acto
her
knife,
teeth on
but I
edge,
was afraid I'm going to cut
she
my
lets it
finger
keep
off.
playing. She begins searching
I
for
had
this
an
key
electric
warranty.
pencil sharpener too,
She's not
Crystal,
sure
but
why
my
Parson
tip
talked
kept
up
breaking
the
off.
interior of this house so much, because to Mona it's just
It
another
actually broke
old
off
man
inside of
house,
it,
and she's been in plenty of those.
and now I can't get it
Mostly
out.
when the neighbors called the police because they hadn't seen Mr. So-and-so in a while, and could they please send someone out to check on him?
Mr. So-and-so.
And often she did find him, sometimes in the bedroom, but often in the bathroom, which Mona began to think of as a genuine death trap for the elderly after she found her third limp, starving octogenarian curled around the toilet with a broken leg or hip or skull.
Thanks, Maddie.
Having toured the homes of the elderly in the worst, most bizarre way possible, she doesn't find anything all that extraordinary about this one, beyond its size. The old photos, trophies, stuffed fish and animal heads, and Tiffany crystal lamps are all de rigueur.
I was going to say,
in Mona's
you want to post it in the Discord for us?
But that doesn't mean finding the key is easy. She checks all the places she'd expect it to be. Desks, mattresses, sofas, drawers, wall safes, of which there are none. But she pushes aside each hanging picture to make sure.
Thank you.
But she doesn't find a damn thing. As far as she can tell, there are no deceptive security measures in this old man's house. Unless he's got a hollowed out book somewhere. But being as he owned tons of musty old tomes, Mona wants to eliminate all other possibilities first, before she starts flipping through his collection. She checks, then rechecks, then rechecks all the rooms, starting with the first floor and moving to the second. And it's on what has to be the fourth round that she notices something she missed.
How do you say that so
She's
naturally?
walking
Like, I
from
have
the
to really
library
think
to the
about it to
bedroom.
do the...
And she glances to the side and sees that the hallway she previously thought led to the bathroom does not. Now it appears to keep going, and never arrives at a bathroom at all. And whereas before it was only about 10 feet long, now it's nearly 100, and dark and lined with many doors. She isn't disturbed by this initially. Mona's very observant, but she knows she's capable of making mistakes, even big ones like
You
missing
right,
a whole
Senna.
hallway.
You right.
Yet as she starts to explore this hallway, she realizes two things. One, she can remember exactly where the bathroom door was, yet now there's no sign of any bathroom at all. And two, she can't shake the feeling that this hallway is actually quite a bit longer than the whole house. She goes to one door and opens it and shines her flashlight in. Inside is yet another library, except it is much, much bigger than the last one. And one whole wall is an enormous
Thank
crystal
you.
window.
I appreciate it.
The room is lit
Alright, we're
with
gonna start
pink
this
white
waterfall.
moonlight traced with intricate designs from the glass. And there's a brass telescope set before the window, pointing off at one dark corner of the sky. An observatory, she thinks. Though she notices there's some artwork in here too. Sculptures made of black stone sit on top of the bookcases. Initially, she thinks they're just abstract art, a collection designed around a single theme. Amoebic or microcellular life, she thinks. But she can't help feeling that the sculptor was not sculpting from sheer inspiration. There is a familiarity and intelligence to the sculptures, as if the artist worked with subjects, which is bizarre, as Mona cannot imagine any organism with so many unnecessary tails or fins. Either way, she doesn't think anyone would hide a key in here.
Thank you,
She
Senna.
continues on down the hallway and opens the next door. The room within is dark, and she shines her flashlight in and sees it's a large storage room with many rolls of fancy fabric stacked along the walls. She unrolls one partially and sees that it's a tapestry, like the medieval kind, but she doesn't think there was ever a medieval tapestry like this. It's done in what appears to be different shades of black, if such a thing could even be possible. It's sort of like a magic eye
amoebas.
poster, because when she stares at it long enough,
Not
she
the
begins to
eyes.
see the hints of an image.
The
After a moment,
eyeballs.
she realizes
I think we're
it's a large
traumatized
city laid out under a black sky.
from the jar of
The structures
eyeballs.
are strange, however. There's almost something aquatic to their design, resembling a mass of growth from a coral reef more than a city Mona's seen before. She checks out a few more tapestries. The one of the tree with the unsightly white fruit is especially disturbing to her, before continuing to the next room. This room appears to be devoted to beer brewing, or at least something brewing.
Something's
And if she's
brewing.
right, then Weringer must have been thinking about opening his own goddamn brewery, as this is no small-time operation. There are kegs and barrels and coils of tubing arranged across many shelves, and there's a dripping sound coming from every direction. She considers looking through this room, but the stench from the barrels is so noxious, she can't bring herself to get past the threshold, and she happily shuts the
I
door.
sure will, Maddie.
She goes to the next room and places her hand on the door, but freezes. The flashlight almost falls from her hand, and she stops breathing. For some reason, all the hair on her head and arms has just stood up, and she's broken out in goosebumps. Her hand is clutching the knob so tightly it's beginning to hurt. She can see the white forms of her knuckle bones poking through her skin. Though she doesn't know how, she is sure there is something very wrong on the other side of this door. Breathing hard, she stares at the knob in her hand, which is plain and unexceptional, just like the door. She leans forward and puts one ear to the door and listens. She can hear something very faint, and it doesn't take her long to realize what it is. Screaming, tinny and faint, like through an old radio.
Teeny.
There is someone screaming on the other side
Sorry.
of the door. Mona takes a deep breath and opens it. Immediately, the screaming halts. The room is dark, and she takes out her flashlight and shines it about. It reveals a room almost exactly like the observatory from before, with the notable exception that there is a very large desk in the center. And when her flashlight beam crawls over the top, she sees there is someone sitting behind it. She jumps, and the person looks up. It's an old man, his face white and luminous in the beam of the flashlight.
There's a lot of white.
He stares at her.
This is
startled,
white, and
says,
that is white, and this is white.
"Who are you? What are you doing here?" Mona nearly falls over from shock. She gasps for a moment and says, Sorry, I thought there was no one home." The old man looks at her keenly. He has a messy mop
Old
of
men
gray
freaking
hair
out
which keeps
anyways.
her red and
Oof.
happy. Yet there is something insubstantial about this man, and indeed about the entire room, that makes Mona feel like her flashlight is shining through him. Who are you? She asks. I am Mr. Weringer, he says.
Mr.
Then
Weringer.
he smiles, the light glinting off his spectacles.
He
The
is
immediate switch
expired.
from suspicious to pleasant is unnerving. Please come in. Mona hesitates. I thought you were dead, she says. I saw your funeral. The old man doesn't respond. He just keeps smiling at her from behind his desk. Then he says again, please come in. Who are you? Mona asks for a second time. The old man keeps smiling the exact same smile, but he tilts his head from one side to the other, a queerly avian gesture. Again, please come in. Why don't you come here? The smile, wide and innocent,
Creepy.
doesn't twitch a bit.
Not
The
wide
old
and
man
innocent.
tilts his head back the other
Creepy.
way and blinks. Then Mona feels it again. That same feeling she had in Mrs. Benjamin's house with the mirrors. And when she saw the storm through the wall in her mother's house. She sees two things at once. One is the library with the smiling old man behind the desk. And the second is
Hey,
chasm.
Rachel.
a deep, endless chasm. Enormous and dark. And she is staring directly down into it. As if all dimensions are twisted beyond the threshold of that door. And were she to pass through it, she would begin falling. Not down or up or to the side.
We're listening
but
to
just
American
falling.
Elsewhere.
Falling forever. She realizes she can hear the faint screaming again. And she squints and can just make out a figure lost in the chasm, plummeting through all that empty black. It's a man, she thinks, writhing and tumbling as he falls. And she believes he's been falling for a long, long time.
Is Mr. Weringer falling
Then the sight
over and
flickers,
over
and she sees
again?
Weringer sitting behind his desk again, smiling that idiotic smile of his. It's a trap, she realizes. The man behind the desk is just an image, like a projection. Please come in, says the old man, kindly again. Mona swallows. She's sweating very hard, powerfully aware of
I would have done
close
had a panic
she came
attack.
to utter annihilation just now. No, she says, voice trembling. No thanks. Please come in. She slams the door shut and steps back, still breathing hard. Jesus fucking Christ, she says. And she almost sits down on the floor. She was wrong, she
Thank you so
realizes.
much for all the shares.
Weringer actually does have some security measures set up in the house.
And the
They're
taps
just of
were
a
almost
kind
at
she's never seen
20K.
Even though Mona
Oh,
has just
15K, sorry, I
encountered
read that
something totally
backwards.
inexplicable, just as Parson said she would, the calm, cool-eyed part of her brain goes on thinking, and she listens to it, grateful for any morsel of sanity. He was expecting intruders, it says. He knew someone was going to come for him. In fact, she's willing to bet the man falling into the chasm was one of them. It just wasn't enough to save Weringer's life. This is all a lot worse and a lot bigger than she
You know what?
realized.
Let's do this.
Let's get this fucking key and get out of here, she says quietly. And she steels herself and continues down the hallway. She ignores the doors on either side. These are just storage and entertainment rooms, she thinks, or probably more traps. She wants to see what's at the very end of this hallway. If it does
Why?
end.
I want to leave. Go. Wake
And getting
up.
to the end proves surprisingly difficult. It's impossible to describe, but though the floor appears level and flat, she feels the hallway twisting around her as she moves. Her eyes and inner ear report a standard hallway with an even floor, but some instinctive part of her brain believes she's walking up a steep hill. At another part, she feels as if the hallway is tilting to
Oh,
the
shoot.
side, and
What
she
did I
almost
do?
has to lean on the doors and walls to move forward. Yet everything tells her it's still totally flat. A normal hallway. It's as if some invisible dimension of the hallway, one she'd never normally notice, is twisting more and more the farther she walks into it. It's like the chasm she saw in that room. The physics are completely fucked, as if space here can be manipulated like clay. The walls themselves begin to change. They're not white wood anymore. Now they're made of dry, stacked stone. Mona isn't sure if it's a modern look or a primitive
Exactly.
one. The doors, however, remain the same boring white ones with brass doorknobs. She begins to wonder where the hallway is taking her. She starts thinking it's
I
going
wouldn't wanna
someplace
know.
that's not in Weringer's house. Maybe someplace that's not even in Wink. Eventually, the hallway sorts itself out, deciding that it liked it when the floor was down and the walls were on the sides, and it feels like she's on firm ground again. Panting, she shines her light ahead and sees a golden twinkle. It's the knob of a door standing at the very end of the hallway. Finally, she says, and she walks to it and places her hand on the door.
American Elsewhere. Oh, wait. The
Wait.
coloring book is... I'm sorry.
There's no thrill of fear.
Y'all
No
gotta
burst of
specify.
goosebumps. Whatever intuition helped her avoid
I'm coloring
falling
in
into
this
the trap
book.
before, it's silent.
But we're listening to American Elsewhere.
She opens the door and shines her light in. She is both surprised and a little disappointed by what she finds. It's rather a plain, boring bedroom, with pink beige walls and a ghastly frilly lamps. But she
Oh, that's okay. I was just thinking, too. Someone came in earlier and like, what book is this? And, oh, wait, maybe they did specify audio. Okay. I'm like, y'all just got to yell at me. I don't know what I'm doing.
But she suspects that this one is the master bedroom, the sleeping place of Weringer himself. And if he cared about this key as much as Parson suggested, then it's likely he kept it somewhere in here. She walks into the room, shining the flashlight around. It's like the rest of the house outside of this one queer hallway.
I don't like the colors in this waterfall.
A place for a quiet elderly man to putter around harmlessly. There's the arrhythmic ticking of an ancient clock from the wall.
It is what it is.
The bedspread is pale blue, the window above it layered in pink, frothy drapes, an odd touch for an old man. Yet as she approaches the bed, it seems to get farther and farther away. The entire room seems to be getting bigger with each step she takes.
All right, Alice
The
in
boring, empty
Wonderland.
walls fall back, and soon the sound of the clock is echoing off huge stone walls. Stone walls? Thinks Mona. Then it happens again, and she sees double. She's standing in a small, dull bedroom in one way, but in another, she's standing within a huge cavern of black stone, one with stalagmites like church columns that glitter in the light of her flashlight. There are low, guttering fires burning in the many atria of the cavern, but they seem to cast no light.
Right?
But there at the center of the cavern, she can see a huge blank stone shelf, one nearly the size of a football field, with many indentations in its surface from friction, as if something very big and very heavy has been laid down here again and again. This is where he slept, says a little voice in Mona's head. She agrees, though she feels she has to correct it. Not a he, an it. She walks toward the stone shelf. A spot from her flashlight is a tiny dot dancing in the gloom. She feels an immense pressure on her thoughts, as if the enormity of this place and what dwelt within it is so great her sanity cannot bear it, and surely she will snap.
Oh, thank you so
Yet
much.
she does not. The vision releases her, and the room begins to resolve itself, or perhaps she is forcing it to resolve itself. And soon she is inside the boring old master bedroom again, standing just before the bed. She knows this isn't quite true. She knows on some wordless level that this room exists in two locations, as if one reality is hidden within another like a Russian nesting doll. Or perhaps if you advance in one direction, then reality itself expands inward, or perhaps outward in an almost, what is the word? Fractal
Y'all
manner.
are so funny.
She is not sure how, but she wills herself to stay within the bedroom and avoid the huge stone cavern. Just like swimming in a pool, she thinks, and staying out of the deep end. She walks to the nightstand and goes through its drawers. There's a copy of Southern Housekeeper and Gardener in one
Southern
drawer, along with
Housekeeper.
a box of Kleenex, but there's no key.
Uh,
Then she kneels and looks under the
what?
bed. There's nothing underneath it, but a thought hits her.
Southern
She lifts up the
Housekeeper
bedspread
and
reaches underneath the
Kleenex?
mattress and feels around. Her fingers brush something long and thin and hard. Her heart leaps, and she thrusts her arm in, grabs the object, and pulls it out. It's a key, just as Parson described. It's nearly
I
6 inches
know.
long, with nearly 24 impossibly complicated teeth, and its head is fat and striped diagonally in yellow and black. It appears scuffed and
I know.
very old.
I'm trying to be
Feel the
mature here,
indentations
but
of writing on the key's head. She holds it up to the flashlight to try to read it. she can make out a logo of some kind on the key. An atom encased in a smooth ray of light. A place that has answers for you and me. God damn it, Mona says, and she turns the key over. Written on the other side is Coburn National Laboratory.
We're getting spicy with the Southern Living magazine. Ray's World, thank you for the follow.
Chapter 21.
Oh, my bye.
It's Tuesday night, so Mrs. Benjamin starts off on her weekly tour of her backyard, swinging her compost
Thank
pail,
you for the follow.
which is redolent of the tea and coffee she consumes by the gallon.
Tea.
She totters out, hits the floodlights, and is about to sprinkle a cupful around the base of her yucca when she notices a figure standing in the corner of her yard, beyond the reach of the light. Whereas most people in Wink would immediately retreat back inside, eyes averted, Mrs. Benjamin does nothing of the sort. She straightens up, looking directly at the intruder, and crosses her arms. "Well," she says,
Well,
"what are you waiting for? Come into the light at least. Let me have a look at you." The figure steps forward slowly, feet rustling in the grass. When it enters the light, she sees it as a tall, thin, waxy-skinned young man in a brown suit 2 sizes too big for him. His eyes are large and eager, and he stands with his hands clasped at his waist and watches Mrs. Benjamin with a faint smile.
oh, shoot, I can't
says
make up
Mrs.
my
Benjamin.
mind.
"I assume you're here for a reason?"
You're here.
"Meeting," says the young man softly.
Little girl.
His eyes gleam wetly, as if he is so pleased to have delivered his message that he's on the verge of tears. "What's that?" she says. "Meeting?" He nods. "Oh, I can already tell you're one of the young ones," she says. "You can't just walk into someone's yard in the dead of night and say meeting and assume they know what you mean. What meeting? What are you talking about?" "Mr. Macy's," says the young man. "It's tonight. They would like you to come." "Mr. Macy is dead, dear thing. Did you not know?" He nods, still smiling, eyes still shining. "Then what do I care about his meeting?"
I don't think I'm going to use this turquoise.
"You're the next eldest, after Macy," explains the young man. Her mouth drops open as she realizes his meaning.
Thank you
"Oh,
so much
no,"
for the
she
follow,
says.
beautiful chaos.
"You want me to lead his meeting?"
Oh.
He nods. "I couldn't possibly. I've always said I supported you all, whatever it is you choose to do, but I did not want to get involved. Why don't you go and get Parson? He's older than me." "Parson does not want to get involved like you," says the young man. "But he also does not support us. That he has made clear." She groans and sets the compost tin down on the windowsill. "He always has been adept at making his most unpopular opinions clear, yes. I suppose I would be very rude to turn you all down, wouldn't I?" The young man does not respond. "Fine," says Mrs. Benjamin. "I can get some better shoes at least, can't I? You're not about to make an old woman go running off in the night in some wicker sandals, are you?" The young man shrugs, his face still placid and eager. "Thank you," says Mrs. Benjamin.
Yeah, you would be stuck with it
You're
for a
a
week.
corker for conversation, by the way. Once she's changed footwear, the young man offers her an elbow and leads her out into the streets of Wink, waiting as she slowly and uncertainly mounts each curb. "I can't imagine what they're going to say," she says. "I mean, I doubt if they know anything more now than they did before. If Mr. Warringer didn't see it coming, whatever it was, and Mr. Macy didn't either, then what chance do they have? I expect it's all a formality, really. We have to do something, so we might as well get together and admit we don't know what to do." If this means anything to the young man, he doesn't show it. He simply guides Mrs. Benjamin through the shadowy streets with a serenity usually seen only in lobotomy patients. She peers at him. "I don't recognize you," she says. "What's your name, child?"
Megan, Manda Panda.
"Murphy," he says. "Would that be a first or last name?" For the first time, his expression changes, his smile fading and his brow creasing in puzzlement. "You don't know, do you?" asks Mrs. Benjamin. "I suppose it doesn't matter. What's your real name,
Oh,
child?"
I'm looking.
"Murphy," he says again, confused. "No, your old name." He stops. She turns to look at him, expectant. He stares at her, eyes huge, and
Oh.
then from somewhere on his person,
I love
perhaps at the
that.
neck near the base of
Rainbow
the skull,
slide.
there
I've never
comes a
seen that
really
one.
whining,
Give me 1
buzzing
second.
noise,
I will get you
filled with
added
many
to the
harsh clicks. Though his
sticker
mouth
book. That was
doesn't
so
move at all, the
cute.
sound rises to a painful crescendo, then abruptly
Thank
halts.
you, Amanda.
Ah, says Mrs. Benjamin. Well, I'm sorry. I don't know you, but we do have such a large and illustrious family, don't we?
Thank you.
They continue down the street to Macy's store on the corner. The young man opens the door and leads her through the maze of coat racks and shelves.
I've never done like this.
The store is mostly dark, but some track
Hey,
lighting is on
hey,
along
how
the
are
wall, catching the
you?
silhouettes of many mannequins that stand on display, like dancers frozen
Don't
in
let me
mid-step.
forget to get your sticker, Amanda.
How
I
is
just got to
this
finish
done
this
exactly?
water.
Asks Mrs. Benjamin. The young man crooks a finger but says nothing, and with an irritated sigh, she follows on. He takes her to one of the dressing rooms, pulls aside the red velvet curtain and gestures in. A pendant light is on at the top, bathing the tiny room in dim light. Frowning, she steps into the dressing room. He closes the curtain behind her and waits on the other side. There's a chair placed before the angled mirrors. Ah, she says, I see you will stick to the same tools. She sits down and waits. Nothing happens. Is there anything I need to do? She asks. A muffled, almost erotic sigh comes from the other side of the velvet curtain. Light switch. Mrs. Benjamin looks around. There is indeed a light switch on the wall. She leans out, her old bones creaking, and hits it. One light goes out.
Not erotic
and
with
another comes
Mrs.
on.
Benjamin.
It's a yellowish, filmy
Hey,
light,
Patricia.
one that has the strange effect of seeming to seep into every crack and corner of the room, like spilled oil. And it almost seems to seep into the mirror, for its surface has changed. It's as if it's a two-way mirror, but behind the mirror is another set of mirrors, and behind each of these is yet another set, and they are all reflecting one another. It would be a powerfully confusing sight for any casual onlooker, like an endless reflection of many other rooms, dozens and dozens of them, a jumble of shards of light from many disparate places. And in each shard of light, there's a face. Sometimes it's very well lit, such as the face of what looks like an eager housewife, skin like alabaster and red hair perfectly coiffed, sitting in her kitchen at home. But frequently, the faces are shadowy and veiled, their owners sitting in secret rooms or dark corners. Some are even vaguer. They don't look quite like faces at all. There's a suggestion of movement.
Thank you, Patricia, for the club. Cheers.
Like a school of fish flitting through a black sea. But it's impossible to distinguish any normal human features in them. Mrs. Benjamin, says the housewife. And though she is in the mirror, her voice resonates softly throughout the dressing room, coming from everywhere and nowhere.
Thank you so much.
It is cool and low and earnest, as if she is used to calming upset children. It's so good of you to come. Yes, it is, says Mrs. Benjamin. Though I can't imagine why you wanted me to come. There's nothing for me to say. It's a matter of propriety, says one of the shadowy faces. It appears to be that of a 10-year-old boy. A pink Band-Aid is stuck to one brow, and he peers at her with a queerly solemn expression for a child. Oh, propriety, says Mrs. Benjamin. We're always so concerned with propriety. Even in total madness, we still stick to our hierarchies and chains of command. We have to, says the housewife, a bit sternly. We must, especially in times of such distress. Are you not distressed, Mrs. Benjamin, by what's happened? The contempt in Mrs. Benjamin's
my
face
pink is going
decreases
out.
very slightly. I am. Of course I am. Everyone is, says another of the shadowy faces.
You think so, Maddie? I'm kind of
This one
nervous
looks
about
like a
these
rather
watercolors.
handsome man with cleanly parted hair. He could almost be a model.
K-Dubs, thank you for the follow.
But you should be especially. Why is that? You're the next eldest, are you not? Asked the housewife. First Warringer, and then after him came Macy. Mr. First and Parson are both older than either of them, says Mrs. Benjamin sharply. And last I checked, they're both fine.
Dindama, thank you for the follow. Okay, Amanda, let me get you
around, as if seeing all the reflections in their own mirrors.
not no crappy
Mr.
swamps.
Parson is, says the housewife. He remains in his motel.
I know.
like
I feel like
always.
I'm nervous about everything
as
I
for
do
Mr.
on live.
First-
Why?
Well, that's why this meeting was called. For the first time, Mrs. Benjamin looks worried.
Why? Has something happened to him? I haven't heard anything. And we would all know if he were hurt, wouldn't we?
We can't confirm, says the model, because we can't find him. We went to his dwelling place, but he's changed it. The canyon does
All
not
right, I
lead
got
to
this
him
one for you.
anymore.
Just take it easy.
Then where does it lead?
Asks Mrs. Benjamin. It twists.
Thank you again,
and twists, but
Amanda.
never goes anywhere, says a shadowy face. It's like a maze.
I'll get it added to
He
the
may be
sticker book.
within, but if so, we can't contact him,
It's a security measure then.
says Mrs. Benjamin.
He's worried like all the rest of us. I can't blame him. But what do you expect me to do about it?
Another awkward pause. The model glances about, as if he's searching through all the faces in his own mirror. He says, "Haven't you noticed, Mrs. Benjamin, that the turnout for this meeting appears a little low?" Mrs. Benjamin frowns and searches through the many reflections in the mirror.
I see all of us who live in town.
Her eye touches on a few of the vaguer reflections, those that don't resemble human faces at all. A few of them buzz to her, and the twitches of motion increase.
But where are the children? Where are the young sleepers from the hills and forests? I only see a few here.
"That's what we're worried about," says the housewife. "When Mr. Macy went to speak to everyone, he found many of the young ones were gone, Mrs. Benjamin. He thought, I should say, that maybe they did not answer him. But we don't believe so. We looked again and found nothing. We think they've left. They've gone somewhere else, without telling us. But where, we don't know."
Where?
Could they be in danger?
Asks Mrs. Benjamin.
What happened to Macy and Weringer cannot have happened to them as well, because we'd all know.
"We searched their homes," says the housewife. "The canyons, the caves, the glens. There was no sign of struggle." "And they can certainly fend for themselves," says the model.
We don't know what happened to them.
Says the young boy.
We hoped you would. I don't speak to them any more than I speak to any of you. I've no idea.
Oh, I
What
guess-
about the natives of Wink? The people of Wink, of course, know nothing.
Says the young boy. "But one native was the last to have contact with those who dwell in the mountains," says the model. "Mr. Macy talked one of the young ones into attacking the native. It's placed its kiss upon him, set its many eyes dancing in his skin. We believe it was Macy's idea of frightening the native off. Macy was convinced this man had somehow injured Weringer, but how, he did not say. He kept his counsel to himself in his last days."
Perhaps that was wise.
Says Mrs. Benjamin. She picks something green and pink out from between her incisors and flicks it away.
Ew.
Perhaps
Was that
I ought to do
necessary?
the same. Yes, I think so. Everyone who tries to help you people winds up dying one way or another. It's the only intelligent thing to do. So I will choose to excuse myself now.
With a grunt, she begins to get to her feet.
But you can't.
Says the young boy.
And why not?
Oh, it's
Ask Mrs.
chaos.
Benjamin.
Complete chaos in my brain.
Because if you don't find those in the mountains,
Like-
who will?
20
Cries.
out of 24
Mrs.
hours a
Benjamin
day.
pauses. All the faces are watching her. She sits back down.
Yes, Patricia, if you're on
This is
Discord,
why
we
you
have a
wanted me
snapshot
here,
station that you
She
can
asks.
put them
You
in.
want me to find all our missing brethren.
Her face curdles at the revelation.
For God's sake, you come calling on an old woman in the dead of night for this? I can't go running around the countryside willy-nilly.
You are famous for your strength,
Willy
says the
nilly.
housewife.
I am an old woman, thank you.
Mrs. Benjamin says angrily.
And that's not the point. I don't know what happened any more than you do. I can't help.
But you must know something, says another of the shadowy faces. You
Yes,
are older
Maddie,
and more
thank
powerful than
you.
any of us. You have talents we do not,
Oh, goodness.
sighs Mrs. Benjamin.
I haven't used any of them in years.
I'm sure you can remember, says the housewife.
But I don't want to. For so long, I didn't need to. I was happy where I was.
So were we all, says the housewife. We were happy being people, says the model. Happy being small, says one of the shadowy faces.
happy being happy, says the young boy. And we can lose all that if we don't correct things, says the housewife. We must fix this, Mrs. Benjamin. We need your assistance. Mrs. Benjamin eyes each one of them. It's clear, though nearly all of them appear over 30, that each and every one is in essence a child. Sometimes she forgets this. She grumbles
I
a little
saw
and shifts
Kate.
forward in her chair.
It probably has to do with the type of
Well, she
paper. This
says,
is a little bit of a
I
thicker
suppose
paper.
I can see what I
If it
can
was
do.
thin paper, it would definitely be
You
ugly.
agree then? Asks the model.
Yes, I agree. I'm not going to lead your damn meetings, but I will try and find where the youngest ones have gone.
We are so grateful for your help, says the housewife.
Save it until I get some results,
Snaps Mrs. Benjamin.
What I find might be very unpleasant. I expect it will be, honestly, considering everything that's been going on.
All the faces in the mirror grow a little sober at that. Mrs. Benjamin sits up and coughs politely.
Now, she says, I am going to need someone to bring me coffee while I go to work. A lot of it. So which of you is it going to be?
Bring her that coffee up right now.
Chapter 22.
They do look like crystals. Yeah, I
Getting
think
out
it
of
was
the house
Doreen.
proves to be one hell of a lot easier than getting in. And Mona is quite relieved to hop back over the fence and climb up the brambly hillside. She's got the key in her backpack, and she can feel it bumping around awkwardly in there. She's wrapped it up in her gloves, since she was afraid that one of its delicate teeth might get bent, rendering it unable to open, well, whatever it's supposed to open. She can't help but feel that the key is hot, like it's going to burn a
Not
hole
the
in her
toilet
gloves
key.
and her backpack and go sliding down the hillside. The item is forbidden, like the subject of Coburn itself. Like so many topics in Wink, she can tell that the lab on the mesa is always in the background of everything, present but unmentionable. The entire town was built around it, for God's sake. Though it is distant and dark, she feels it's the heart of this town.
Oh, I guess.
Coburn did something, she thinks, as she starts the charger and begins heading back to the motel. And she cannot help but suspect that whatever happened on the mesa had something to do with what she just saw in that house. And what did she see in that house? She has no idea. When she was in elementary school, in her podunk town in Texas, one of her
Podunk?
classmates, Nola
Dang.
Beth,
Okay.
experienced a sharp drop in grades around the second grade. They quickly figured out that Nola's vision had steadily become worse and worse. She just couldn't see the blackboard.
Yes, I'll do my best.
One day, Nola came into school wearing a set of incredibly thick glasses, and though they did no favors to her appearance, Nola was ecstatic. She could see all kinds of things now, things she'd never known were even there. She'd had no idea trees were so pretty, she said. She could see every single leaf waving in the wind now. For some reason, this terrified young Mona. It wasn't that Nola's vision had changed. It was that her vision had changed without her even knowing it. There were all kinds of things happening around her that she'd never known about, that she was blind to. Though her experience of the world had seemed whole and certain to her, in truth it had been marred, filled with blind spots, and she'd had no idea. That same terror comes burbling up in Mona now. She wonders, what am I blind to? Is there more to the world that I could never see before? And why can I see it now? But all these thoughts go flying out of her head when she hears the bang, and the charger starts weaving out of control.
Oh, shoot.
Mona immediately knows she's got a flat, which would normally not trouble her. But this time she's going about 50 along a mountain road with a 200-foot drop on her right. She can feel panic rising up inside her, but she mentally slaps herself and swallows it. She gently pushes down on the brake and turns the wheel so the car puts pressure on the remaining 3 tires and comes sliding to a stop. She does an internal check. She's not hurt, and though all the items in the car have moved about a foot, none of them seem damaged. Then she reviews the last 10 seconds. Did she see a sparkle in the road just before the wheel popped? She grabs her flashlight and the Glock, steps out of the car and locks it. She shines the flashlight ahead up the road, sees nothing, then shines it behind. There's a sparkle again. She walks to it. It's farther away than she thought, and stoops down. They're tire spikes, homemade ones, welded together out of wood nails. They look a little like big, crude jacks from a ball and jacks game. Mona doesn't say a word. She just takes out the Glock, makes sure there's a round in the chamber and the safety's off, and shines the flashlight around. She sees nothing but red stone cliffs and the odd juniper, but she remembers that it's not wise to be out in Wink at night. She turns out the light and stays there, not moving. If someone put down the tire spikes, then it's likely that person
You're
was
right,
waiting for
Maddie. It
someone,
does look like
possibly her,
sherbet. Oh,
to
hold
come
on a
by and
second. I
get
got
them,
a puzzle piece.
which means she's probably not alone out here. So she doesn't need a light telling anyone where she is. She silently moves to the side of the road and hunches there, waiting. She waits for nearly a half hour. She debates abandoning the car
It does look
and
like
heading back to the motel on
sherbet.
foot.
I didn't think about
But
that.
she remembers the multiple warnings she's received about going out at night in Wink. And after seeing what she saw in that house, she now thinks those warnings
Alexis,
weren't
thank
idle.
you for the follow.
Eventually, she decides that the smartest thing to do is get to the car, get the tire changed, and get the hell out of here. She creeps back to the car, turning it on in case she needs to jump in it quick, and goes about the business of jacking up the car and putting
She
the
was in
donut.
here earlier, but I know there's other
If she weren't so
people.
confident in her
Like, I think
ability to
Lakeisha
change the
goes
tire
live on
quickly,
Wednesday
she wouldn't
night.
be
She's
so
probably in
cavalier.
there if I had to
But
guess.
since this is a dance she did about 1,000,000 times in her previous career, she doesn't panic and her pulse doesn't rise a
Thank
single
you,
beat.
Maddie.
And soon she's got the last lug nut tightened. It's then that she hears the footsteps. Wooden-soled shoes walking down the road behind her at a slow, steady, almost thoughtful pace. She rises, steps behind the car, and turns both the flashlight and the gun in the direction of the
Yeah, this
footsteps.
ain't my normal night to go live.
Whoever
I'm
that
usually
is,
off.
come out slowly, she says.
I
The
wonder
cadence
who
of
it's
the
gonna
footsteps
be.
doesn't change one iota. After a few more steps, there's a pause, then a tinkle of metal, brushing the tire spikes out of the
tinkle?
way, she guesses. And then the footsteps resume. A pale figure enters the beam of her flashlight, walking in the middle of the road. She sees it's a man dressed in a blue-gray suit and a white Panama hat.
Oh, there's that white
The Native
again.
American from Chloe's, she realizes. The man who was watching her. He still has his hands in his
Always
pockets. And he stares
watching.
at her with coal black eyes as he approaches, his two-tone shoes clacking against the asphalt.
Okay, so I did use different shades for the blobs. So the shades I used for the water were like these lighter shades, RVO5, YR25, and BG24. And then the blobs I did with the darker shades, and all these are the same colors I used in the waterfall. So for the pink, it was, oh, I'm sorry. The water was RV23. The blobs was RVO5. And then for the orange, YR25 and YR17. And for the green, BG24 and BG311. And you're asking about the white that I'm about to put on top. There's not really a rhyme or reason, but you want to go in just kind of like this little squiggle pattern kind of. Almost kind of like you did these blobs, but you don't fill it in. And so I'll just go around doing those different sizes, all the things. If there's any extra space, you want to keep it minimum, but then we'll go back and fill it in. Okay? I don't know if you can see it that well, but that's going to be the idea of what I'll be doing.
Asphalt. Stop, she says. Hands where I can see.
I know,
The man
he
pays no
hasn't.
attention, but just keeps walking toward her. Stop, goddammit, she says. I'm armed. He keeps walking, but finally halts when he's within about 10 feet of her car. He looks at her, then at the donut, then at
No
the torn,
worries,
ruined
Senna,
tire,
I understand.
and then back at the road behind him. Looks like you had some trouble, he says. His voice is quiet and calm and a little high-pitched. It's also a little mush-mouthed. He talks like a deaf
Mush-mouthed.
person, Mona thinks. I thought I heard something. Please get your hands where I can see them, sir, says Mona angrily. Tire problems are common on these roads. Hands, says Mona again. Hands. He smiles and takes his hands out of his pockets. They're empty. Hands.
Hands, he says, echoing her, as if it's a joke he's still getting. I came to help you.
You can help by leaving.
Are you often so brusque with those who try to help you?
No, but I'm often brusque when I hit some fucking tire spikes and nearly wrap my car around a tree.
Tire spikes, he says. He looks back down the road. Is that what those were?
Yes, says Mona. And to be honest, sir, I find it highly coincidental that you happen upon me right after I nearly drive off the fucking road.
He smiles at her, his eyes glittering in the ruby red glow of her taillights. What are you looking at? She asks, disconcerted. We've met before, he says. No, we haven't. We have. I know the curve of your face and the light in your eyes. I know you, and you know me.
I fucking don't. I'd remember you.
His eyes thin, but his smile doesn't leave. Perhaps not. Perhaps you were described.
Let me see if I can zoom you in a little bit.
Ago. I never thought I'd meet you here, wandering these roads. These dark roads.
Yeah, sorry, I just showed on a piece of paper. Did you miss it? You're just gonna you basically do like these blob shapes here, but you connect them. And I don't know if you can see, I was trying to do an example a few minutes ago. Probably not the best on here, but you'll just do these random blobs, but you want to connect them. And it's almost like a crisscross pattern. Like you can crisscross it like that. But here, I got you zoomed in a little more. Maybe that'll help.
This is the roads. You find a lot of things if you keep walking.
And then there's a little more
Then
step
please
after
keep
this, and I'll
walking.
tell you about that when we get there too.
What are you doing out here? He asks softly. Go away, says Mona. Just
Like,
turn around.
You
Walk
can put in
and
some
go away.
extra,
It ain't hard.
like circles here and there.
What's your name? Yeah.
You can add in little
Where are you
dots
from?
for bubbles
You're not from here.
and like fill in
So
some of those
where?
extra spaces in if you want.
Turn around and walk. You were in his house, weren't you? Mona swallows but doesn't answer. Yes, he says. Once I knew a woman who was brave and strong and beautiful. We lost her to the horizon. She went a-walking, and I saw her only once after that, one sad little moment. But then she died. She died for you, for me, for us, for everyone.
Mona tries to ignore how her flashlight beam is trembling a little.
I want to bring her back, he says. And I think you do too.
Oh, I think he's talking about her
Get
mom.
the fuck out of here, Mona says. He leans forward a little. She whispers to me from deep in the earth, he says, wrapped around the mountain spine. Do not lose hope. She's not gone. She's only sleeping. She's waiting for you. She's been waiting for you from the beginning.
What?
You have me mistaken for someone else, says Mona. Now get the hell out of here, or I will shoot. And it will fucking hurt.
I can show you, he says. He extends a hand. Take my hand.
Why I feel bad for this little guy.
Mister, did you not just hear what I said? I am going to fuck you up like no tomorrow if you don't get moving.
You can't hurt me, he says. Nothing can hurt me. I've died so many times. Gone walking through so many starlit fields.
Yes, so let me explain that real quick. I do have a YTube. Sarah, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. And I do post most of my replays on there, but there's some that are available to super fans only. And so right now our color along is only available to super fans only. And then once we start our new book on Monday nights, Monday and Thursdays both will only be available for super fans only. And then whenever we have coloring classes for super fans, which I want to start one up soon, those are only available. But if you ever miss something that's outside of that, I usually do post it. Super fans also get instant access to replays through TikTok, so I do send those. And then everyone else, if you're not a super fan, it usually takes me a day or two, sometimes longer, to get them uploaded. So hopefully that helps. Yes, that escalated quickly. Oh, y'all are so funny. We do have a good time
Rotting
up
in
in
so
here.
many barrens, even now. Nothing can hurt me. Then you won't mind me putting a round in your knee, says Mona. She points the Glock at his leg.
Mona is vicious.
I can show you, he says
I
again,
can show
voice
you
still
the
soft and
world.
even. Mona's grip tightens on the Glock. I can show you so much, he says. The man takes a step forward, eyes shining strangely. And in the split second before he takes a second step, Mona swears she sees something in his eyes. Or maybe behind his eyes, squirming. Many little tendrils flicking about in the pools before his brain. She's so horrified by this that she almost doesn't notice the gun
Is
go
Amber
off.
back?
Even though she is transfixed by what she sees, Mona's aim is
Oh,
as straight and
Senna.
true as ever.
For the frog, I'm
flesh
thinking about
above the
doing a
man's
blue,
knee, just
like
where
a
the quadriceps
pastel
tendon connects to his
blue.
kneecap, completely erupts. The man grunts slightly,
Oh
and Mona
no.
can't help but notice that it's
She
not a
shot
grunt of
him.
pain, but of surprise, as if the man is saying to himself, well, now, that's inconvenient,
That made me
and falls forward to the
sad.
ground. Yet he does not fall completely. He supports himself with the other knee, steadies himself, and then lunges forward and grasps her right wrist. There's a crash of lightning, and the world fills with blue, and she hears his voice say, I can show you.
He
She
was
stands on
just
the
trying
road,
to
but the
help.
world is gray and thin and flimsy, as if made of fog and mist. There is a dark form beside her holding her hand, but she has no attention for it. Her eye is immediately drawn to the countryside around her. She can see the pale shapes of trees and shrubs and hills, but in places the countryside is pockmarked and filled with a bright blue light, as if massive spotlights are hidden in the hills. All of them are pointed straight up, shining directly into the sky, piercing the clouds and rising into the dark heavens. Or, she wonders, is something above the clouds shining down onto these spots?
That's a
And
mess
do
right
they
there.
coincide with another vision she had? Did she not once see coils of lightning streaming down to brush these very places? But as she stares at these glowing spots in the countryside, her eye eventually falls upon the faint form of the town in the valley. She can see through it, past it, underneath it. And when she realizes this, she sees that the earth below the town and even under the mesa isn't solid. There's something underneath the town, something buried there, sleeping, waiting.
Oh
It's
my.
broken into a million pieces, it feels like. And though it is shattered, she can feel it turn its attention to her, dreaming of her, this lost, broken
I
woman
wonder.
standing on the hillside.
I wonder.
And it recognizes her. She begins screaming, and she writhes and rips her hand back and squeezes it.
Happy Fish, welcome in. Thank you for the
There is a
follow.
crash, and Mona is released. She realizes she has her eyes shut, and she opens them and sees she is still standing on the road, but the world is no longer gray and misty. Then she smells gunpowder, and she realizes she has just fired the Glock again.
Dang.
She looks around. The man is kneeling before her, face fixed in a look of complete surprise. Oh, he says, and he falls back until he is sitting on the road.
Oh.
There is blood pouring from
Oh
his chest.
no, she
She can
got
see the
him.
tiny rent in his shirt front, with blood spurting out of it, and she slowly,
Ew.
stupidly
Sorry,
realizes
trigger
that
warning.
she's put it there. Oh, fuck, says Mona. The man touches his wound and looks
I
at
feel
the blood
bad.
as
He
if
was just
has
trying to
never
help.
seen such a thing. Oh, fuck, says Mona again. He sits in the middle of the road, still staring at his chest in shock. He looks around himself, contemplating his situation, as if he's just tripped and he's wondering who saw. Just sit there, says Mona. She sticks the gun back in her pants and cautiously approaches him. Just don't move. You'll make it worse. Lie down and just... The Indian appears to come to some decision. He reaches into his coat and produces something dark and glimmering. It takes her a moment to see it's a snub-nosed .38.
Mona doesn't even pause to think. She dives to the right, behind the charger.
Was he about
pulls
to get
the Glock
her?
back out and points it at him. Don't, she says.
Oh,
Don't you
just
fucking
kidding.
dare. But the man does not point the gun at her. He examines it, as if trying to remember how such a contraption works, before lifting it and sticking it under his chin.
Oh my gosh.
No!
This was a
cries
violent
Mona.
chapter. I
She
apologize.
stands up, but it's too late. The gun goes off. Streamers of red come bursting out of the top of the man's skull like fireworks, and he topples back. Fucking Christ! Screams Mona. She rushes to him, but you can see he's already far beyond help. His body is totally limp, the asphalt already covered in a spreading sea of blood.
I'm surprised TikTok hadn't
Mona
kicked me
stops
off
and
yet.
stares, wondering what to do now.
Streamers.
She's never shot someone before now.
Yes,
and though she
and
has seen people die, it was never in such a horrific manner. But the man's body is not completely still. His ruptured head is twitching from side to side, and somehow Mona doesn't think his neck is jerking it back and forth. Instead, she thinks the source of the motion is coming from inside his skull, as if something within is beating against its walls. There is a squelching
Like Men in
sound.
Black with little
She
aliens
thinks She
inside.
can see something sprouting from the gaping wound at the top of his head. Tiny gossamer tendrils wriggling out as if trying to taste the air. And as the thing struggles, the flow of blood triples. What the fuck? Says Mona softly. Then, with a tiny, reedy cry, the wriggling stops. And the little tendrils appear to foam up, exactly like baking soda and vinegar, and dissolve. The dead man lies still in the middle of the road, gun still in his hand. Mona stares at him, not sure what to do.
Well, some of the beings
There's a flash.
you may have gotten in here. Yes, the galaxy is on Orion's belt. You may have missed this part whenever I was doing the summary because I think it was at the very beginning. But some of the beings, they can be disguised as humans, but some of them can't. So some of them have to hide like in out of sight. So I'm guessing he was a being hiding in a human figure, body. Did he body snatch it? I don't know.
Flash of lightning from out over the town. The bolt rushing down to strike the ground, and a clap of thunder. Mona turns to look. The cloud lightning above the mesa is roiling as always, but that strike was much closer. And unlike the normal lightning, it produced a thunderclap. She doesn't need to think about it more. She dashes around to the driver's side of the Charger, jumps in, and peels out.
Mona.
Chapter
Mona.
23.
Mona.
When Mona comes rushing into the office at the Ponderosa Acres, Parson looks up from his desk, his expression stuck between amusement and irritation, as always, and asks, I take it your visit was a success?
Thank you, Melon, for the heart
Mona
me.
wonders what to say. Something
And
shudders
Crystal
and curls in
with
her
the
stomach.
moo-moo.
She runs to a trash can, grabs it, and vomits into it prolifically. Parson looks on, mildly perplexed. Or perhaps not, he asks. Things got fucked, gasped Mona. They got what? Fucked, she says again, angry. Things went fucking nuts on the way back. In a matter that concerns the key.
I'm in my living room.
No, it does not concern the key. I don't think. Hell, I don't know. Then you have it? She glares at him, streams of spittle still hanging from her lips. She wipes them off with a forearm, rummages around in her backpack, and takes out her glove with the key wrapped inside. She looks at it, then up at Parson. So far, he's given her very
no,
little reason
it's
to trust
okay.
him. He seems to sense this. I am not going to do anything with this key, he says. That's not really a comfort, Mr. Parson. I will not even take it from you. This key is more for you than for me, Miss Bright.
Doing these bobs is my least
I
favorite
only
part of
wish
the
to see
water.
it and verify what it is.
Oh.
She throws it to him, and he doesn't react at all, as if he's never caught anything before in his life. The glove bounces off his shoulder and lands on his desk. He looks at it, confused. There's your fucking key, she says. He opens up the glove,
looks within and smiles. Good. Very good. No, not good at all, says Mona. Why not? Some crazy fuck attacked me on the road,
Thank
she
you.
says. And I shot him. Well, I actually shot him a couple of times. But then he took out his own
A couple
gun
of times.
and she mimes holding a gun to her chin and pulling the trigger and makes a childish choom noise. Blew his own fucking brains out, right then and there, like it was nothing. This man shot himself? Yes, says Mona. Are you not fucking hearing me? But why did he attack you? I don't
mean
know.
like
He just did.
the
It was
white
like
lines?
lying in wait for me.
Like, it would be
He set
kind
up
of
some
like this.
tire spikes. I'm almost sure of it. And I blew a tire and had to change it. And that's when he came at me. He came at you? He tried to grab me. She pauses. Well, he actually did grab me. And when he did, I saw... Parson is sitting forward. He asks...
It would kind of go like that, and you would go out.
I saw underneath
Yeah,
the
some of
town.
them. I'm going to go back
There's
in and add
something
some
there,
details. I'll
something
show you.
broken and laid out all over and under this valley. And it saw me, and I felt like it knew me. Parson is quiet for a long, long time. And you saw
I feel
this
like
when
the
this man
messier
grabbed
and the
you?
more detail,
As if he was
white
showing it
details,
to
the
you?
better.
I guess. What did he look like? Mona describes him, but Parson shakes his head and says, he doesn't sound familiar. I've never seen such a man in Wink. This is troubling. More troubling
A
than
baby
him blowing his
moo-moo.
brains out? She
Oh,
asks. He bobs
I
his
love
head
that.
from side
Thank
to
you,
side,
Crystal.
as if to say that they are roughly equal in his mind. What's going to happen? To you? Asks Parson. He thinks about it. Well, if he is dead, he was no one of note. Are you serious? Yes. I can tell when someone important has died, as I did with Warringer and Macy. And if his body is there, I expect someone will come to collect it in the night. Such things happen frequently with items left out. Even corpses,
oh, well, thank you for being here because you know, I know I say this a lot, but I enjoy y'all's company and I enjoy the conversation and the laughs. And if y'all are new here, we do this once a week where we just color and I don't talk as much and we listen to an Audible book. We usually do it Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Central, but due to scheduling conflicts, I moved it to tonight this week. But we'll be back on our regular schedule next Tuesday. But any other time, I'm usually like hooting and hollering, joking, lively. I'm usually like walking you through detail what I'm doing. But I do like to have one night a week where it's a little calmer. So that's what we're doing tonight. All right. I'm going to restart the book in just a second. I wanted to tell Kay, once you have your blobs down, you can go back and add, like I said, like, I feel like the messier, the better. The more structured you try to make it, the less I feel like it's going to look right. So it's okay if like the spots aren't the same. If you mess up something, add in a little extra. You can do some little dots here and there, some little circles. And so like some of these areas you can leave open, and then let's say like leave this one open, and then you can color in some areas. There's really no rhyme or reason. I usually try to fix it to like either cover up a mistake I've made, or like if there's some blending that I don't like in a certain area, or try to like, I don't like those black lines, so I'll try to shape them around the black lines. Some people just go over them and they don't care, but that's really my thought process behind it. So what I'm going to be doing now is going in, adding in these little extra little details here and there. And also, once I color all the surrounding stuff, I'll go and add like a few dots, kind of like I did here, for like some splash lines, like some water splashing up. Does that make sense? Okay.
I assume, though I've never witnessed such a thing. Mona tries to ignore the sea of crazy shit.
Okay,
and
so
focuses on one thing in particular.
I thought it was a hippo with like, wait, like, now I don't know. Girl, I thought it was a hippo. with something covering its ears to keep the water out of its ears, maybe. I don't know. That is strange. I'm coloring in purple, whatever he is. He can be Barney. I don't know. A Rampo.
Particular. What do you mean, if he is dead?
But shoot, when you said ram, then I started thinking, well, dang, is that horns? I don't know what he is. Yeah, or maybe like a scarf. Good thing we're doing this whimsical, so nothing matters.
The top of his goddamn head was gone. Parson looks at her stony face.
Maybe a headband.
Shrugs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You can't tell me, huh? She says. It isn't allowed.
And actually, you want to know what I really thought it was at first? Headphones. I thought it was headphones. And then, but that don't make sense because he's in the water. Unless he's listening to music relaxing. He is leaned up against the bank. Maybe it's headphones and he's just jamming. He's just relaxing.
Parson does nothing. He's hardly even breathing. And I guess you can't tell me about the thing that tried to crawl out of his fucking gourd, can you?
Twisty, not bread.
The thing that phoned up like a fucking science fair project when it touched asphalt? Or what I saw in that house? Parson clears his throat. We should discuss what you are going to do with this key. He pats the glove on the table. No, says Mona. He raises an eyebrow. No. She coughs, hawks, and spits a lump into the trash can. Then she takes a Kleenex and blows each nostril thoroughly. No, she says.
Could be hair.
I'm not
True.
doing a fucking thing, Mr. Parson. Not until you start telling me what the hell is going on. I have told you about this, says Parson calmly. There are some things I am not allowed to discuss or do. I honestly don't care, says Mona. I just endured some serious shit for you. I say we play fair and spread it around.
By the
This is a
Southern
two-way street, Mr.
Magazine.
Parson. Get fucking driving. I do not understand your metaphor, he says. What I'm saying, says Mona, and she hauls herself up and sits in the chair before his desk, is you tell me something worth knowing. For starters, why the hell would I care about this key anyway? Let alone, why would you? It is a key to a door. That's specific. I think it is a key to a door. You don't even know? I have never been there, and I do not know exactly what is inside the door, but I think it is important. This sounds like the worst setup I could imagine. I'm not just going to go out and open this mystery door of yours because you ask politely. It is important to me, Parson says quietly, and it will be important to you. Mr. Parson, you might not
Bye,
understand the meaning
Amber.
of this, but whatever you had me do tonight, it involves something apparently worth dying over. Because I'm fairly sure that spook in the hat offed himself.
Thank
to
you
make
for
sure he
hanging
couldn't
out.
talk. That's a lot of devotion right there. I was a cop for 7 years, and I never saw anyone do that. Usually folks are all about self-preservation. So whatever it is you have me doing, people are willing to die for it. And if they're willing to die, they're almost certainly willing to kill. Now don't try and tell me you don't know
All right, there's
anything
the
about
water
this.
and the
Don't
waterfall.
send me out to some fucking mystery door without giving me the details, Mr.
The
Parson.
mystery
Don't
door.
even try to tell me to do that. I'm shocked I have to tell you this, but that dog won't hunt. Parson contemplates this. He looks a little weary, as if this is a task he's been dreading for a long time. He swallows, takes a breath, and says, Are you quite sure about this? After what I've seen tonight, I'm damn sure, Mr. Parson. He nods and swallows again. All right, then. I admit I have thought about how best to do this, he says. Here is what is going to happen. Listen carefully. And you must trust me. Well, I don't really cut to the idea of you telling me how to run these shows. You must.
Hey,
Trust me.
Tough. Hey.
She gives him a glare, but gestures to go on. I am going to tell you more about what you need to do with this key, he thinks. And after that, I will do several things that make no sense to you. They might even seem to be quite silly. Is this acceptable? What part of your crazy fucking head thinks that's a fair shake? He takes another breath.
The things I will be doing will be done for no reason, he says
For
forcefully.
no reason.
They will make no sense whatsoever, neither to you or to me. They have no bearing on what we are discussing at all. Do you understand? Mona looks him over. She worked with criminal informants only a couple of times as a cop, but in those times she became quite aware that double talk and insinuation are the natural grammar of CIs. Now, listening to Parson describe his plans, she perceives that he is using those same techniques, albeit in the most ridiculous way possible. He can't even admit that what he is saying could be important. So he must claim that it is wholly unrelated. It's as if he's trying to trick himself into talking. Okay, she says. All right, he says, again. He looks a little relieved, but he's sweating prolifically, like his feet are being held over a flame. You know about Coburn. You know that it is situated on top of the mesa. I also know it's gone. Nothing is ever truly gone in Wink, he says. Everything tends to come back, even if it does not wish to.
Okay,
In the case of the
let's see
lab,
what
it is
else.
still there, though it is empty. But if you should visit it and look at it the right way, I think it might prove otherwise. If not, I am sure there are records within that might help you.
I'm trying to pick
But
out
the
some
main
colors
door
for
to
this
Coburn is
stone.
gone. What do you mean gone? She asks. I mean, it is buried under several feet of caved-in rock. How the hell did that happen? Please do not interrupt, he says.
Oh, okay.
You need to listen, not speak. Jesus.
He says, shut
That
up.
door is gone. But there are many other doors that lead to Coburn. There is one door in particular we can consider. And where can I find this door? He shuts his eyes, as if envisioning it. Sweat is pooling in the wrinkles around his cheeks. There is a road that leads out of Wink, he says hoarsely. It climbs high, high up to the mesa. It is the only road that does so. Take this road, but as you travel, you must look at the fencing alongside it. There will be a stretch that is black and mangled, as if it has been burned. At one point, there will be a break in the fencing. It will look like there is nothing exceptional beyond this gap. More rocks, more scrub, more wilderness. But it is lying to
A
you.
scrub.
It is the start of another road. Follow it
Okay,
carefully.
wait.
It winds around the mesa through rocks and trees and gullies, and
I can't decide what I
some
want
things
to
I cannot
do.
describe. Keep going. Eventually, you should find a door where none belongs. That is the door to Coburn. The back door.
The back
And I'm
door.
going to find the same things in Coburn as I did in Waringer's house? Asks Mona. I have never been to Coburn, so I
Wait,
cannot
that's
say,
the wrong one.
Parson tells her. I honestly have no idea what is waiting for you there. But if any place holds answers, it lies atop the mesa. Why haven't you looked yourself? He smiles sourly at her. Ah, she says. It's not permitted, is it? It seems you're
I
not
don't
allowed
want
to
that.
do much,
That-
Mr. Parson.
The wrong
I
one.
bet you chafe something awful. He shrugs. Mona looks at him for a long time.
I don't want
His
sunset
speech
orange.
appears to have horribly strained him. It sounds to me, says Mona, like this is mighty dangerous.
Cross
His
that
brow
out. Back it up,
declines in
Terry.
the slightest of nods. And you seem to know a lot about it, she says. So why don't you come with me, so I don't get my dumb ass killed?
Okay.
Parson is still as a stone. Why not, Mr. Parson? Why don't you and I hop in the car and take a road trip? I cannot, he whispers. I know you're not permitted and all, but I'm the one who's going to have my goddamn life at stake, so the least you can do is come with me. You're trying to help in your own way, but to be frank, it don't seem like much help to me right now. And I really, really don't care to be your errand girl, Mr. Parson.
She don't care.
I have already done too much, he said.
Bye, Senna.
It's
Have
like
a good
his stomach
night.
is paining him horribly.
Good night.
I cannot tell
Thank
one
y'all for
of
hanging
you
out.
what is there. I cannot help you. I cannot... He grunts a little, as if something in his gut has just turned over. Directly help you to know what you do not know. What's happening to
You
you?
don't know
What's
what
wrong?
you do not know.
He looks at her pleadingly. Please. Please stop. Mona goes quiet. She definitely doesn't like how he called her one of you, as if she were a foreigner. What did they do up there, Mr. Parson? She asked softly. What happened on that mountain? Parson, panting, takes a sip of coffee and turns up his handheld radio. The Sons of the Pioneers are playing now, crooning Blue Shadows on the Trail. When he turns back around, Mona sees his eyes are brimming with tears, though his expression is not sad or anguished in any way. He wipes the tears away, sits down, and takes another breath. I've made a gift for you, he says. Oh? Yes, he says. He takes out a small stack of note cards. I have written down some of my favorite words and the definition. He holds them out to her, and his hands are trembling. Please look at them.
Hey, Franny.
Later.
Thank you for the Go Pops.
Bewildered, Mona takes them and glances at the top card. It reads, cat, noun, a small domesticated carnivore, Felis domestica, or F, catus, bred in a number of fun, fuzzy varieties. The fuck? She says. Please.
Oh, my Lord.
Safe.
Sorry, that scared me.
They are very important to me.
Thank
Allow
you.
no one to see them. And I mean no one. Are you serious?
No one.
Very. All right. I guess I'll do that. She puts them in her pocket. Thank you. He sits back, head cocked, as he listens to the radio. Would you like to hear a story? What kind of story? A fairy story. A parable? She shrugs. It is about many things. It's about family, about travel, about home. I think you'll find it very interesting. It's one I think about a lot, every day. He stares at her gimlet-eyed, and for the first time, Mona
Gimlet?
thinks she can see genuine terror in that gaze.
I never
It's
heard of
the
that
sort
word
look
before in
given
my
by people
life.
about to march to the scaffold, not old men about to relate fairy stories in broken-down motels. Are you ready?
Thank you, Franny, for the moo
She shrugs again.
moos.
He clears his throat, takes a
We're
deep
doing
breath, and
good.
begins to
Working
speak.
on this pastel page.
Once upon a time, in a place far, far away from here, there was a big leafy tree with many big, strong branches. The tree reached up very high in the sky. In the morning, its leaves touched the bottom of the sun, and at night, they touched the bottoms of the stars. And in between the two biggest branches, at
Ooh,
the
that
very,
sounds
very
good,
top
Crystal.
of the tree, was a big, happy bird making a nest. Oh, how happy I shall be when I
I'm
have
not sure,
children.
Moonchild. I never heard of. I mean,
She worked
the
on
only
the nest and
Gillette
worked
I've
on it.
ever heard of is
And when she
is
thought
the
it was ready,
Razor
she laid
brand.
a single egg in its middle. It was a very large egg. and she
Oh,
sat on it
Gimlet.
and sat on it.
Gimlet. I've
And
never
when
heard of that
finally
word
hatched,
before.
Out came her first baby bird.
You're making me want to go make me a
But the mother
sandwich,
bird was not
Crystal.
happy with this baby bird. For though it was
Oh,
large,
shoot. We're supposed to be listening to
very,
this parable.
very large, in fact, it wasn't pretty or intelligent or graceful.
Oh, everybody's eating
It was
sandwiches.
an
Okay.
ugly, ungainly, cruel thing. This was because the mother bird was unused to making children, and she realized she needed practice. This was but the first sketch before the real work could begin. I am sorry, said the mother bird to the baby bird, but I cannot keep you. And one night, as the baby bird slept, she kicked it out of the nest, and it tumbled down through the branches of the tree. and out of
Poor
sight.
baby bird.
Such
Poor
is
baby
nature.
bird.
But the mother bird had learned a great deal in laying this egg, so she tried again. And this time she laid not one egg, but 5 of them. And these baby birds were
Oh,
far finer.
The parable
and
is
more
telling us
beautiful
where
than
the
first one.
beings came from.
And each had its own talent. The first baby bird to hatch was gifted with perception and could see things far, far away, even things
He's describing the creature, the beings, and where they came from. So all the beings, he's about to describe their powers. I got it.
hidden to most eyes. The second baby bird possessed great wisdom and could spot folly and truth where others could not. The third possessed great hope, and all who came near him felt sure their futures were bright and rosy. The fourth was shrewd and practical, and could think up cunning plans and clever plots, while other birds were dumbfounded.
Well, he's just saying that there's 5 of
Fifth
them.
baby bird was incredibly strong and fearsome, and could overcome any foe or obstacle.
Bye,
The mother bird
Maddie.
was so encouraged by this that she laid many eggs and hatched many baby birds beside these. But all of them were far
Oh,
younger
no,
than
probably
the first
not.
five,
Kay,
and did
probably
not
not.
know much of the wider world. Yet soon there were so many birds in the tree that it began to bow down with their weight. The bigger the birds got, the more it bent, and someday, probably soon, the tree would break apart under their weight. The mother bird realized she would have to find somewhere else for them all to live. So one day, she told her younglings, "Stay here and wait for me. Each of you should obey the next eldest while I am gone, and you should never harm one another or anything else besides. If you do this, you shall not perish or come to any harm, and you will see
Ooh, so
me
those are the
again."
rules.
And the baby birds all agreed, and they wept as their mother flew away. They waited and waited for her, worrying day and night. Then
She
one
never
evening a
came
terrible
back.
storm broke open in the skies, and it seemed as if the tree would break in the wind. But then they saw a speck on the horizon. It was the mother bird, and though she was returning to them, she looked weary and tired and faint. When she landed, the trunk of the tree began to creak and crack and groan. They knew it would not be much longer. "Climb on my back, all of you," the mother bird said to them. "Those that can, carry the unhatched eggs with you." "But where are we going?" asked the baby birds. "To some place safe and quiet, far away from here," she said. All of them crowded upon the mother bird's back, and with one great leap, she took off to the skies. This huge leap was the last straw for the tree. With a great snap, it fell apart, branch by branch. All the baby birds watched as their home was destroyed. Yet as the second eldest bird watched, he noticed something. Was there another bird following them, winging its way through the rain? It could not be, for how could there ever be a bird so large, so ungainly, so ugly, and so cruel looking? Yet then they entered the night sky, and all was dark, and the baby birds were fearful. "Will it be long, mother?" they asked her as she carried them through the darkness. "No," she said, "it will not be long." But her voice was no more than a whisper, and her breath rattled in her chest with each beat of her wings. Soon they saw their new home. It was not a tree, but a huge old mountain. She swooped down to its peak, yet her landing wasn't graceful. She struck the ground with a terrible force and collapsed. Yet all the baby birds were saved. They all climbed off and looked at their mother. She was gray and weak, falling apart just as the tree was. The flight had destroyed her. "She will die," said the first baby bird, who could perceive much. "She is dying now," said the second baby bird, who was wise. "It is true," she whispered to them. "I am dying." All the little birds wailed to hear this, and she told them for the second time, "Stay here and wait for me. Each of you should obey the next eldest while I am gone, and you should never harm one another or anything else besides. If you do this, you shall not perish or come to any harm, and you will see me again." And then she died. Her feathers were blown away by the wind
That's so
until there was nothing
sad.
left. "She will come back someday," said the third baby bird, who had hope. "Why should you believe such a thing?" said the fourth, who was practical. "She is gone, gone forever." "How dare you say such a thing after we have just lost her?" asked the fifth baby bird angrily. And she, who was hugely strong, picked up the fourth and threatened to throw him down and dash him apart on the mountain. "Do not do it," said the third.
That was not
"She forbade us from violence.
Forbade
And
us.
besides, we must find a home here." And he led them down the mountain, except the eldest two stayed behind. "I wonder," said the second eldest bird, "what sort of place these children shall make. I doubt if it will be much good." But the eldest bird was
I added
quiet
this to
and looked the
my
sky.
palette if you need to know.
He could perceive many things, and what he
You're
saw in
welcome.
those moments, no one could guess. Finally, he said, "I know what kind of place." What kind? It does not matter. Why not? Asked his brother. And the eldest little bird said, because she will come back one day, regardless of what they do. And when she does, they will see she... But there Parsons stops. He looks around as if he's just heard something disconcerting outside and is listening to see if he can hear it again. What is it? Mona asks. Parson opens his mouth, but he never answers. All the features of his face, which is usually so blank and reserved, suddenly snap open. His eyes shoot wide. His lips stretch back into a horrible grimace, and his eyebrows leap inches up his forehead. He shoves himself back in his chair, veins bulging, and a wet gagging sound comes from somewhere in his throat.
Ew.
Mr. Parson? Says Mona.
Another one
He begins
bites the
shaking,
dust.
his cheeks quivering and his hands clutched around the armrests of his chair. He sticks his legs out so hard and so straight that he shoves off the desk and knocks himself out of his seat. Mona jumps up and begins to rush around the desk. Mr. Parson? Parson lies on his back on the floor behind his desk, knees and wrists strangely bent. He rubs the knuckle of one hand against his breast. The fingers of the other mindlessly search the inside of his thigh next to his crotch. His back and neck are almost completely bowed up. He is balancing on the very top of his head, his wide, oddly purplish mouth open to the ceiling, and the base
Ooh,
of
that
his
sounds good,
buttocks.
Lottie. What kind of
He
cookies?
coughs, and a dark cloud of urine blossoms across his khaki slacks. Oh, Christ, says Mona. She recognizes this as a seizure, and for a moment she considers sticking a pen in his mouth or something before recalling a snippet of first aid class that said the whole swallowing your tongue thing was horseshit, and the best thing to do is make sure people seizing can't hurt themselves. So she grabs his
Thank you,
chair and
Lottie.
pushes
I
it away,
appreciate it so
a
much.
well-timed move, as Parsons soon starts thrashing from side to side. Finally, he goes limp and falls to the floor, his eyes shut and his head on one side facing the wall. Mona can see he's breathing, just barely, and she stoops and feels his pulse. It's regular, or at least regular enough. Mona gently takes him by the chin and moves his head so she can see his face. He appears uninjured, for the most part. What the hell was that? She murmurs. She wonders what to do. There's no hospital for miles, and she isn't aware of any doctor in Wink. She's about to check his fingers to see if any are broken, when, with absolutely no warning, an immense pain stabs through her shoulder. Then, gravity stops working for her, and she starts flying over the desk.
Oh, my.
It's true that, in moments of extreme stress, things appear to slow down, like putting your finger on a revolving record, or running a roll of film at the wrong speed. As Mona flies over Parsons' desk, everything slows down just enough for the cold, quiet cop part of her brain to contemplate what's happening to her and dissect all her sensations one by one. Because as crazy as this night has been for her, it's still not the sort of crazy where people suddenly start flying, especially not with such great speed and alarmingly
What kind of
terrible
cookies are you
coordination.
making, Lottie?
The first thing Mona thinks is, my shoulder sure does hurt. Why is that? The second thing she thinks is, where's my gun? After a moment of mental searching, she identifies the cold lump against her pelvic bone as the Glock. It doesn't seem to be budging yet, which is surprising, as right now Mona appears to be upside down, which naturally makes her think a third thing. How the fuck did I get upside down? And as the world tumbles over and over again for Mona, she realizes that among all the dusky honey colors and darkness of Parsons' office, there's a large splotch of purple fabric with white polka dots at his desk. Something Mona definitely didn't notice before.
Wrong color.
The pattern is familiar to her, she thinks. But she forgets all this when she collides with Parsons' sofa at such a high speed that the frame completely cracks underneath her. Mona's world fills with dust and unwashed pillow covers and the smell of old coffee. She feels her arms and legs flailing around as she tries to get her bearings, which is extremely difficult as the blood in her head is still swirling around like a whirlpool. When things slowly begin to resolve themselves around her, she blinks hard and starts to make out the form of someone standing over Parson, shoulders heaving with deep, angry breaths. "What did you do to him?" demands Mrs. Benjamin. Her fists are clenched, and her face is white with rage. Mona doesn't bother to answer. She remembers the Glock was digging into her pelvis, realizes it's now lodged up under her back, and without a second's thought, she's already reaching for it.
Jordan,
her fingers find the
thank you
mouth
for
of
the
the Glock,
follow.
and she whips the gun around while twirling it up in the air like a baton until its handle neatly falls into her waiting palm. She doesn't think she could do that trick again, even if she practiced. Mona brings her other arm up to support the butt of the gun. But this is shockingly hard. Not only is her head spinning and her neck aching with whiplash, her left shoulder is in incredible pain. And when she glances to see the cause of this, she finds 4 red welts appearing on her upper arm. They sort of look like finger marks, but small ones. As Mona draws a bead on Mrs. Benjamin's face, she tries to ignore the madly amused part of her mind that wonders if this quaint elderly woman just hurled her across the room with the speed and force of a driver being ejected from a rally car mid-lap. "Stop right there," says Mona.
Is Miss Benjamin the strong one?
"What have you done to him?" demands Mrs. Benjamin again. "Stay where you are, goddammit," says Mona. Mrs. Benjamin kneels to look at Parson. "And don't you fucking touch him," Mona yells. Mrs. Benjamin reaches out to touch Parson's face, so Mona decides that now is a diplomatic moment to fire a warning shot. Every ounce of her training screams against this. Popping off a round is a last resort. For a pistol, firing live ammunition is not exactly a surgical, precise tool. Bullets have a nasty tendency to ricochet, burst, or punch through walls. But Mona's done a lot of things for the first time tonight. Commit armed robbery, shoot a guy, etc. So she decides, shit, why not add to the list?
Might as well.
She points the Glock at the handheld radio above both Mrs. Benjamin and Parson, takes a breath, and pulls the trigger. The gesture achieves the intended effect. The gunfire cracks through the office, and immediately the radio shatters and slams against the office wall. Little pieces of plastic go flying, and Mrs. Benjamin's hand stops midair. She slowly turns to look at Mona, face fixed in an expression of utter outrage, as if Mona has just spilled coffee all over her carpet, or shown up in casual clothes to a formal-only affair.
Sorry, guys.
"What do you think you are doing?" she demands in a quiet voice. "Stand up," Mona says. She puts the sights back on Mrs. Benjamin. "And get away from him." Mrs. Benjamin glowers at her. The
Okay.
radio is still trying to work. One speaker dangles
I'm making
from
like
it
a
by
little mist
rainbow of
from
wires,
the
and the Sons of the Pioneers are
waterfall
just finishing up their
here.
song in a sputtering, stuttering chorus. "Lady," says Mona, "I don't miss twice." Mrs. Benjamin slowly stands and steps away from Parson. She glares at Mona before asking, "What are you doing here?" "I'd ask the same of you." She sniffs. "I merely came to discuss a personal matter." "So did I." "And your discussion resulted in this?" scoffs Mrs. Benjamin. "I doubt it." "I don't have the damnedest idea what did that," says Mona. Mrs. Benjamin appears a little troubled to hear this. "What did he say to you?" "If you think I'm going to tell you, you're out of your damn mind." "Why?" asks Mrs. Benjamin, affronted. "Well, for starters, you just..." She pauses, not wanting to give voice to the ridiculous idea that she was thrown. "Attacked me." "I did not attack you, my dear," says Mrs. Benjamin, who appears very calm for someone who has a gun in their face. "I merely removed your person to a safer distance." "Yeah," says Mona, "at about 40 miles an hour. How the hell you did that, I don't know. But worse... Worse what?" "You did something to me," Mona says quietly. "You did something to my head." "Your head?" Then Mrs. Benjamin appears to realize, and she laughs, delighted. "Oh, do you mean the mirrors, my dear?" "Yeah," says Mona.
Oh, the
"And I don't find it
mirrors.
that goddamn funny." "But the mirrors aren't anything," she says.
Okay,
Or at
there's
least
the
those ones aren't.
stones.
"Are you really so troubled by them? The mirrors were, well, just sort of a test.
And you passed. Doesn't that make you feel good, my dear? It does not, says Mona. That did something to me.
Oh, shoot.
I'm sure of it.
There's more stones.
I keep seeing things
Oops.
I don't want to see. The humor drains out of Mrs. Benjamin's face. The yellow light of Parsons' lamp catches every wrinkle in her face, and her eyes appear to glint from very far back in her head. Mona wonders, not for the first time,
My bad. I thought I was
exactly
done.
how old this woman is supposed to be. Then you are seeing things that are there, she says. Really there. And the mirrors couldn't make you do that, Mona Bright. Whatever change allows you to see what you're seeing happened long, long ago, I'd imagine. Mona lowers the gun, but only slightly. What the fuck are you people? She asks softly. Mrs. Benjamin smiles and laughs a little. Her mouth is filled with mounds of pink gums topped with tiny dots of dirty brown teeth.
Ew.
She stops laughing, but doesn't stop smiling. What happened to him? She asks. Tell me, now. We were just talking. Talking about what? Crazy shit, I don't know, some story. A story?
Oh, shoot. Oh,
He told me
thank
some
you
story
so
about a
much,
bird carrying its babies.
Patricia.
What?
Just stick her 1 second.
Babies? Mona is a little pleased to see she looks just about as confused as Mona felt. He told me a story about a bird carrying its babies to safety, she says, feeling ridiculous. Then he just wigged out. Mrs. Benjamin turns
Thank
this
you
over.
for the pearl
She
chime.
gasps a little and says, "Oh!" Then she sighs sadly, looks at Parson on the ground, and shakes her head. Oh, I see now.
Smile.
You wanted to tell her, she says to him. But that isn't meant to be told, old thing. What do you mean?
Hey, JR.
There are some things we are not allowed to discuss, dear, says Mrs.
Thank you
Benjamin.
so much for the
He
heart,
told me
the
that.
share.
Like a million goddamn times. Well, he tried to bend the rules, but those rules aren't the kind you bend. So he paid the price. Well, he tried to bend the rules, but those rules aren't the kind you bend. So he paid the price. Me? It seems inconceivable. It's like she's saying he did the mental equivalent of crossing an invisible electric fence. Mrs. Benjamin stoops down, picks up Parson in both arms,
Oh, no.
and begins walking toward the couch. Get off, she snaps at Mona. And Mona is already moving before she realizes the weight of a grown man doesn't appear to strain Mrs. Benjamin at all. She watches.
No,
Miss
Miss Benjamin must be the
lazing out on
strong
couch cushions.
bird that they were talking
What's
about.
going to happen to him? I don't know, says Mrs. Benjamin. I have never witnessed anyone attempt to tell someone something not meant to be discussed. There are rules, you see. I don't. Will he die? Mrs. Benjamin laughs. Oh, she says, aren't you so sweet? Then she peers
Right?
at Mona, and all her good humor is gone again. What I wonder is, why would he tell you such a thing? It's not for you to know, dear. It's very bad for us. We're sensitive about such things, you see. I don't
One
know what you
second.
mean, Mona says. I don't know what the hell he meant by anything he said either. None of it made sense to me. Mrs. Benjamin surveys Mona for a long time. He meant for you to do something, didn't he?
It's from Chromuse, and it came in their 48 colors box. They're like a cheaper alcohol marker brand, and I haven't looked to see if they offer this individually or not. But Chromuse, CHROMUSE, and it is wonderful. I also like to use Geth Pen, so some of this is Geth Pen. I've rubbed the name off of it. You can get it off the Zon. GETH pen. And if you're new here, hi, you're welcome. We listen to audiobook once a week. It's usually on Tuesday nights, but I had to do it on Wednesday this week. So normally I have other things going on that I color to, and I'm talking and we're having a good old time. But if you enjoy books, we call it like our little book club night, our sensory book club night, where we're just coloring and listening to a book. And we're listening to American Elsewhere. If you have any questions, just let me know.
He trusted you.
Thank you, Zombie.
I can't imagine why, but he did. He has intentions. It's likely he even knew this would happen to him, I suppose. She looks back at Parson, who lies unconscious on the couch with his mouth open. You do know, my dear, she says absent-mindedly, that I could kill you if I wished. I could tear your head off from your neck, or gut you with my bare fingers.
Oh, Mom.
It's allowed, you see. You're not from here. I'd drop you before you moved, says Mona, who begins backing away slowly. Says Mrs. Benjamin. No, I doubt it. I very much doubt it. She frowns. But I won't. He was doing something. He knew something. Maybe something I don't. Parson's always been quite damnably good at knowing things. So I'll let you be. For now. She picks Parson back up. Once more, he seems to weigh no more than a feather to her. Without a word, she begins walking toward the door. Where are you taking him? Asks Mona. To my home, where it's safer, says Mrs. Benjamin
Megan the
over her
Miller.
shoulder.
Hey, hey.
Why is it safe there, but not here? Because I'll be there, silly, says Mrs. Benjamin. But maybe nowhere's safe anymore. If I were you, dear, and I'm not, but if I were, I would stay inside for the rest of the night. I know you probably have something important to do, but I assure you, it can wait until morning. Who knows what's out here with us? Even I can't say. And she totters across the parking lot with the limp body in her arms until she passes out of the light of the neon sign and disappears.
There's so much spam tonight.
Chapter 24. A bump for David Dord isn't a bump for your average cocaine user, if such a thing could even be said to exist. He does not sniff at a tiny dot of coke balanced on the rim of a novelty spoon, or haltingly insufflate a fragile line running along the edge of a Bowie knife. No. Dord prefers his cocaine to be administered in heaps, hillocks, veritable mountains, tumbling piles and pyramids and pylons of cocaine.
Dang.
He wants each bump to be so significant that he has trouble actually getting it into his nostril, like a man wrestling a big sandwich into his mouth.
Okay,
He wants it to
that's like the
inadvertently
third
coat his
time
upper
that
lip
things have
and
been
maybe
talking
his chin
about
and
sandwiches
cheeks.
tonight.
He wants there to be accidents, damn it.
I want a
Needless,
sandwich
wasteful
now.
accidents. Immense avalanches of cocaine lost en route between the bag and his sinus lining. For David Dord does not use or abuse cocaine, and the difference between the two when they refer to an illegal, highly addictive drug is mystifying to Dord. No, he applies it liberally and generously, not only to his mucous membranes, and from there the tangle of tissues that form his nervous system, but also to his face, neck, shoulders, arms,
Moonchild.
fingers, and, if he's entertaining someone, maybe even his junk.
Ew. Okay, question. What is this going on over here? Is this... Like, I get this is a tree. Or a bush, maybe. What is that? I don't know what to do with that. Oh, yeah, maybe vines. You know what? We can make it vines. Let's do that. What I can do is I'll just color this like the rocks. And then that'll just be vines, I guess. And we can add some, like, leaves to it. Well, I was thinking a tree trunk. But then, like, it wouldn't have these broken up lines. Unless it's a big, thick tree trunk for that tiny little bush. That is odd. Odd. Oh, a waterfall! Okay, well, we'll just color it as a trunk, I guess. I don't know. Like, this being a trunk to this right here, we could easily just make the black lines connect and do a trunk. But I feel like, I guess it don't matter. Oh, look, this is the rest of the stone back here, too. Oh, that bothers me. I don't like that. What to do? I think I'm going to make it a vine.
This is because David Dord holds to one
And then
rule, and
we'll stop the audiobook. I might keep coloring, but we'll stop the audiobook after chapter 24. That way, if I hate making some of y'all that really want to be here for the audiobook have to stay so late. I try to keep it about 2 hours for the audiobook. So, oh yeah, it may have. So this is chapter 24. When we get to the end of it, we'll stop the audiobook.
one rule only. If you've got it, flaunt it.
Okay, well, we'll do that.
And you better motherfucking believe.
Y'all better.
Dord has it big time. He's been sitting on a pile of gold ever since things started picking up at the roadhouse. Ever since they got that visitor from Wink, in fact. You're getting it all over the goddamn seats, says Zimmerman. He glances at Dord disapprovingly as he pilots his Chevy truck around another M.C. Escher-like bend in the road. So, says Dord. He takes another pinch from the bag, which never leaves his vest pocket, places it in the general vicinity.
So
of
I'm
his
going to do
nose,
this as a
and takes
stone,
big
and then
walk.
we're going to take acrylic, and we're going to make vines and leaves.
Kind
Kinda like up here.
The bottom front of his brain. Soon it will suffuse each lobe and tickle his spine, making everything dance and jitter to an engaging rhythm. You do know we're doing some pretty fucking high-pressure shit here, right, Dave? Asked Zimmerman. I've been made aware. So it probably isn't too advisable to be coked to the gills for this, is what I'm saying. I know what you're saying. I generally argue in the opposite direction, though. And why is that? Dord stares into the highway ahead of them. The headlights make pools of light on the asphalt. Sometimes it feels as if they are chasing the pools rather than following the road, like they're about to leap up off the earth and dive into that glittering stream of tarred rock and white streaks. You been in to see Norris lately? Asks Dord. Zimmerman shifts uncomfortably in the driver's seat. No. Well, that's why. Norris is why you're getting fucked up.
I really do like how the
Sort of,
light
sure.
are gleaming off the
Dord
rocks.
takes a massive pinch of coke, costing upwards of $70, he'd guess, and rubs it on his teeth.
Ew.
Then he laughs, amused by his own decadence.
I love these
He's
little
worked
frogs
for
down
dealers
here.
and movers before, but never on this level. Bolin is the prime conduit of a variety of interesting substances
Okay,
for most of the American Southwest. And apparently, he's able
Okay,
to
hold
fund
on
this
a
little
minute.
venture.
Speaking of drug dealers, if you like watching Netflix, you need to watch this documentary. It's like 3-part series, I think, 3 or 4 episodes, and it's called oh shoot, I just finished watching it. It's about the girl in Ibiza. She was like Irish, and she goes to Ibiza to like just party, like she's 20 years old, and she ends up like getting herself into like drug trafficking, and they use her as like a drug mule to get her arrested so that they can cause a distraction so that they could move more drugs. And so she is like 20 years old. She's in Ibiza. They tell her she's going to Barcelona, but really they end up sending her to Peru, and she has like so much cocaine that when she gets arrested, it's just crazy. She has to spend years in jail, and it's just crazy. But since I just watched it, it's off my list. Let me look at it. It's crazy. Okay, it's called High, Confessions of an Ibiza Drug Mule on Netflix. You gotta watch it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I think of myself being 20 years old and, like, in that situation, and I would have had a heart attack.
Solely through the goodwill of the man in Wink, that spooky fuck in the Panama hat.
Thank you for the likes, Franny.
Or at least the revenue his heroin brings in. But as things have heated up in Wink, and especially since Nora staggered into the roadhouse, shrieking like a banshee with his skin cracked like parched earth and oozing something yellow, Boland's cared less and less about keeping an eye on his product. Which has allowed several people,
Crystal, I have saw that one.
Only Dord, really, to go about.
I need some new stuff to watch. I feel like I've watched everything. I'm about to download Hulu, I guess.
They give you an inch, you take a fucking hemisphere, Dord thinks. Because after all, this shit ain't lasting.
And look,
He knows that whatever's happened.
I don't do a lot of nonfiction much these days. I really just like documentaries. But I did try to start the I Will Find You. It's not bad. It's kind of cool. I'm not finished with it, though. I've just watched and read and so much that it takes a lot for nonfiction to just be, like, interesting to me and not predictable. And yep, I watched that one. Crystal. It's crazy. But I love to just, like, as I'm editing videos or coloring or whatever, I love to watch Netflix. So I've just watched a lot, and I think I'm about to download Hulu. I've heard, like, Hulu has a lot of good documentaries. Paradise one? Probably, but I'll write it down because I'm not sure. Let me write it down. Oh, you know what I'm finishing up right now? That's Skywalkers. Because, Escaping Paradise. That does sound familiar. So, the people that were on top of the Eiffel Tower, it led me to their documentary. Yeah, it is them. That's not allegedly anymore. I think everybody knows. But, yeah, so I'm finishing Skywalkers right now. That's crazy, y'all. That's crazy. They're on top of these high buildings, and it's showing, like, looking down and stuff. I could never. I want to have anxiety just looking through the phone. Okay? I don't like heights. I barely survive a 1 hour and 45-minute plane ride. Just barely. Heavily anxiety medication, okay? So, no, don't put me up on no high-rise, nothing. Look, we went to the, thank you, Raquel, for the heart me. Thank you. I appreciate that. We went into the Space Needle in, Tennessee, and just riding the elevator up, I didn't think I was going to make it. So, but I did it because I do want to experience things, and I'm like, I'm going to do it. Like, I know rationally, most likely nothing's going to happen to me riding in that elevator and going up. I mean, it could, but you know what I mean. I'm not, like, leaning off the side of a skyrise that I climbed, right? So I do try to do things, but I almost die in the process. So I cannot imagine. Yes, Crystal, I saw that. That was insane. Insane. I cannot. That's so scary. Nope, that's two things that I will probably never do and I do like to experience stuff, okay? I try within reason. But I will never jump out of an airplane for fun. I mean, it got to be life or death emergency. And bungee jumping. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You couldn't pay me enough money for that. If I'm jumping out of an airplane, it's because it's about to go down, and they're telling me that the safest thing to do is to jump out the airplane. Okay? That's the only way. Ooh, I did, I I did do that. But again, it took a lot. It took a lot. I didn't do the glass bridge, no, but I did do the incline tram. That was scary. Thank you, Patricia, for the go pops. Okay, sorry. Let's get back to this real quick. We're almost done with this chapter, and then we'll be done with the book.
Happening in
Not the book, but
things won't stay put for long.
for tonight, we'll be done with
Bolin
that.
and his crew are holding onto the wolf's ears with their goddamn fingernails, though Dord seems the only one to have cheerfully accepted this. What road was it again?
Oh, shoot. I did the
asked
wrong
Zimmerman.
one on there.
Dord pulls out a shred of paper and squints at it. He has to shut one eye to get the words to stop hopping around. Copper Valley.
Copper
Fuck,
Valley.
says Zimmerman. That's right over near Waringer's. So I don't much care for revisiting that place. Why? Ain't he dead? You're the guy who did him in, I thought. Something like that. Is that not the case? Did you fib to the big man? Shut the fuck up, Dord. Dord chuckles, rolls down the window, and sticks his head out into the night. The lights of the town turn to brilliant streaks along the cliffs. Don't do that, hisses Zimmerman. Why not? Asks Dord. It'll attract attention, says Zimmerman. He grabs Dord and hauls him inside. Roll it up. Oh, come on. Roll it up, damn it. Groaning, Dord obeys. You're no fun, you know that, Mike? Zimmerman eyes the side of the road. You don't come to Wink often, do you, Dave? I come a tolerable amount. Zimmerman laughs. Or shit you do. I do. I swear I do. What did Bolin last send you out here for, then? Dord crosses his arms sulkily and mutters something. What's that? Asks Zimmerman. Box, says Dord. Box? Box what? I deliver a box, says Dord.
Oh, that was that pink box to Mr.
Zimmerman
Macy.
caused laughter. A box? You had to deliver a box? And when was this? A year ago? More?
Oh, look, I was like, we're done with the
Goddamn important
stones.
box,
No, we're not.
No.
Look at the
Zimmerman
little
is so tickled by
rocks.
this that he starts pounding the steering wheel. Fuck you, Mike, says Dord. It ain't funny. You just don't appreciate my talents. I guess he should have you test the Coke, says Zimmerman. He looks Dord over. Though I guess he wouldn't want to have you bathing in it. What the fuck, Dord? You try and take it in by osmosis?
If you're talking about the coloring
This is
book, it's
lifestyle
the...
choice,
Hold on a
Mike,
second. Let me get you
says Dord. And what lifestyle would you be choosing exactly?
the Little Cuddles
I'm living
by
it.
Coco Wyo.
Living the dream. I'm living like
It's
a fucking
really
rock
cute.
star, Mike. 100%. Fucking Def Leppard, that kind of shit. You ever live like that, Mike? No. says
You're
Zimmerman.
welcome. These are just
You're
some of
missing
the
out then.
pages I've
You
colored
ought
in
to give
it.
a shot.
I think there's
Dord
another one right
ruminates on
here.
this for a moment. You ever
And this
hear
one
about
too
how
is
Def
really,
Leppard,
I
like,
love to show
at this
it.
one party at a hotel, they got this chick to put a baby tiger shark up her cooter.
Oh my God.
Did you really just say the word cooter, Dave? Zimmerman.
Cinna missed
Chick had
that.
9 orgasms,
I'm going to have to
says
clip
Dord.
it and send it to
9
Cinna.
fucking orgasm. Can you believe it? 9. I heard you the first time. Well, that's some crazy shit right there. I can
The
dig
baby
that shit.
tiger shark.
Living loud's the only way to live, I say. Zimmerman gives a non-committal grunt as they drive by the town library. It's a white limestone space age.
Why is everything white?
It looks like it could take off and zip through the stratosphere at any moment. It stays lit up at night, which makes it a vaguely disconcerting sight in the darkness. Dord can just make out someone standing motionless in the window. And he turns to see, wondering who'd be at the library in the middle of the night. Don't look, says Zimmerman softly. Why not? Just don't, all right? People don't live loud around here, Dave. Take that as a word of advice. Fuck that. Zimmerman sighs and points the truck into the hills. They come to the spot after about 20 minutes. Zimmerman's been cruising at 5 or 10 miles an hour, murmuring to Dord to keep his eyes open, when they spot the glitter of something lying in the road. He immediately brakes and throws the car in park.
Is this
Then he
the
hops out and flicks on the flashlight.
expired man?
Look
That
here,
Mona?
he says, and points it at the road. A string of tire spikes runs across the asphalt.
Oh, shoot.
There's a big gap in the middle and some thick tire tracks just beyond. They got something, says Zimmerman. He follows the tire tracks with his flashlight, but the beam fades before it can find the end. What the fuck are these? Says Dory. Why didn't one put these out here? But Zimmerman just laughs, grabs a tarp from the back of the truck and motions Dord on. They walk for about 30 yards before Zimmerman comes to a halt. He mutters a swear, dismayed. Wish I'd brought some overalls, he says, and he flashes something in the middle of the road. At first, the only thing Dord's eyes can track is the color purple, and he's convinced there's just a big purple slug lying in the middle of the road, because that's exactly what it looks like. But as they approach and his eyes adjust, he sees it's not purple, or at least it wasn't originally. Once the thing was blue, a very pale shade of blue. But since it's now soaked in red, the two colors have mixed to form a bizarrely vibrant purple.
Oh, it
The
wasn't
thing
white
is
this
a man.
time?
A man in a pale blue suit. But it's like someone popped a firework out of the back of his head, covering his body in bright red blood. Holy shit, says Dord. Is that guy dead? I sure hope so, says Zimmerman. He unrolls the tarp and lays it down next to the body. Come on, help me roll this out. Wait, I thought we were just gonna go pick something up. We are. What do you think we were going to pick up? You thought this was another one of your high-pressure box jobs, Dave?
Thank you,
Well, I thought
Maddie.
someone
Welcome
would've
scrolling back
mentioned it
in.
If it was a goddamn dead body.
It is turning
Why
out
did they
cute,
get
isn't
Dee to
it?
do it?
I like it.
D is off doing something else important, says Zimmerman. Then he scratches his head. Shit, I forgot something. Look around for a gun. Where, on the ground? No, in the goddamn trees, says Zimmerman. Yes, on the
Oh
ground.
my gosh, yes, Maddie.
They both
It
stoop
said
and
something
point
about
as
putting a
Zimmerman
white
flashes the
tiger
beam
shark
along
up
the
in
road.
a cooter.
Finally, there's a glint of metal below the dead man's arm. Here it is, says Zimmerman. Grab it, will you? Dord is wishing he weren't quite so high right now.
I was gonna
With trembling
clip
hands,
it.
he grabs the dead
I was
man's
gonna
wrist
clip
and
the.
lifts his arm. And who would have ever
I'm
thought
gonna
a
clip it
dead
because I was gonna
man's
send it to
arm
Senna, and
was
I'll
so
send it
heavy
to you.
and
I'll
reaches
send it to
underneath?
the group.
When he touches the gun, he screams and whips his hand back. Quiet, damn it, says Zimmerman. What's the problem? It's covered in blood, and it's cold. Oh, for Christ's sake, says Zimmerman. Will you sack up and grab the thing? Wincing, Dord eases the bloody gun out from underneath the body. He holds it away from himself with two
Oh, you know what?
fingers,
I'm sorry I
as
keep
one
moving
would
y'all
smell a
around. I
sock.
just.
What do I do with it? Zimmerman rolls the body onto the tarp with the practiced movements of a veteran. Stick it in your pocket or something.
Oh, this is my wrong pen.
What? I ain't doing that. That's fucked up, Mike. Dord, you are either sticking it in your pocket, or I am going to stick it somewhere that'll make you bow-legged for quite a while.
Oh, we're
all
still
right?
talking about sticking stuff in
Dord
places.
swallows a cry as he slides the gun in his pocket, and the cold wetness soaks through to his thigh. Then he stops. Wait a minute. So did I just get, like, DNA evidence all over myself? Zimmerman laughs hoarsely as he starts wrapping the body up, rolling it tight like a particularly gruesome cigar.
I'm telling you.
Don't worry
I'm
about
telling
it. No one's
you.
going to come looking for this guy. Why not? Dord sees there's something lying in the middle of the road, about 10 feet away from the body. It's a white Panama hat, though its top is blown out and it's spattered with blood. Dord remembers something and peers at the body being folded up in the tarp. His jittering eyes trace over the once Easter egg blue suit and the white tie. Wait a minute, says Dord. This is that creepy motherfucker of Boland's. Is that a fact? Says Zimmerman. Please, grab this creepy motherfucker's legs. What happened? Who shot him, Mike? Just grab his goddamn legs, Dave. Dord is too surprised by this realization to argue. He picks up the body, which, like the arm, is really just shockingly heavy, and helps Boland drag it to the truck. So, are we out of business?
Are
This
you,
guy
Maddie?
was the
Thank
one
you.
footing
You
the
know I was
bill,
nervous
right?
about the colors at
But
first,
Zimmerman
but
just laughs again, which doesn't calm Dord at all. But it's not like much wood right now, short of a couple of Vicodin and a shot of bourbon, which is his usual
yes.
post-party
Well, he
concoction.
was doing the.
They toss the body in the back of the truck. There's an odd tinkling sound when it lands. Zimmerman looks it over with the flashlight. Ah, damn, he says. We forgot about the tire spikes. Jesus, they're all stuck in his back. I ain't looking, Dord says quickly. I'm not asking you to. Oh, well, it's not like he's going to complain. Come on, let's get hopping. Zimmerman has to pull a 3-point U-turn to get going back the way they came. He lights a cigarette, and his craggy, weathered features are reflected in the truck's window, making it seem some flickering specter is floating outside. And Bolin knew just where the guy was going to be? Asks Dord. Kind of, says Zimmerman. How? Did we shoot him? This was a play of ours, wasn't it? Zimmerman gives Dord a pitying look. Dave, do you have any idea how things work around here? Yeah. Well, kind of. Kind of, I guess.
Sorry, I'm trying to look at colors for this hippo.
They wind away.
This rippo, this ram hippo
out
thing.
into some of the flat-herd countryside around Wink. The headlights catch stray chemise sprawling into the road and make them look like bursting fireworks. They work the same way here as everywhere, once you think about it, says Zimmerman. Because
I think I'm going to use lavender whisk.
Stops at Bolin, but it doesn't. Bolin's got his superiors too. The guy from Wink, says Dord. He glances over his shoulder. The guy in the back of the truck. Maybe, says Zimmerman. Bolin's got, let's say, a phone. He's got a phone that rings every once in a while, and when he answers it, a voice on the other end tells him what to do. But I guarantee you, I just guarantee you, that voice on the other end's got someone of his own telling him what to do. Maybe they don't call him, maybe they have meetings or send letters, who knows? And above that guy, there's someone else. There's always someone else. A man tells a man tells a man. Dord's brain feels like it's bubbling away as he tries to absorb what Zimmerman's telling him. Everything is crackling. There is dust striking the car, pebbles pinging off the undercarriage. The tarp in the back keeps wrinkling as the dead body... Oh my God, we have a dead body in the back of the truck.
Oh my God.
Shifts around with each turn. The chemise leaves blue streaks on his eyes, and the country outside the window looks positively lunar. And as Zimmerman's voice chants in his ear, he wonders if the truck will just lift off and go sailing through the stars. But here's the thing. None of them really know what's going on, says Zimmerman. They think they do. They really, really want to believe that, but they don't. All they've got to go on is the say-so of the guy above them. And sure, somewhere, way up the ladder, there's a top guy. A guy at the top of the chain, talking down at everyone. Everyone passing his word along like gossip. And his word is like the word of God, I guess. Why? Asks Dord. Why? Well, I guess because everyone on the ladder has agreed to it. Because it's easier that way. Because they want to believe the person above them. And they don't want to know what they're not supposed to know. And so this guy riding high...
I hope you're having a great night. We had to move our story night to Wednesday.
What's to be known and what isn't. And that's a lot easier than everyone else doing it for themselves. Dord turns this over. I think that's bullshit. Oh? Asks Zimmerman. It ain't so organized. I'm at the roadhouse all the damn time, and all I ever see is everyone running around batshit crazy. There ain't no chain. Well, things have been a bit chaotic of late. Chaotic? That don't hardly begin to describe it. I don't describe it at all, says Zimmerman. Not my job. The truck coasts on through the darkness. Then it slows, and Zimmerman turns onto a rocky dirt road. Dord can barely make out something ahead. A ravine, it looks like. A big one. So where's your place on the chain? Asks Dord. Low. Not as low as you, Dord, but low. And what are you gonna do when the chain falls apart? The truck pulls to a stop. Zimmerman shrugs, throws it in park, and gets out. I don't know. Find another chain, I guess. Come on. You're helping me carry our passenger down. They each grab a flat...
Hello.
...light and walk to the back of the truck.
This is a long chapter.
I'll let you get his feet, says Zimmerman. It's easier. Watch for the tire spikes, though. Dord puts the flashlight in his armpit, grimaces, and grabs the pair of ankles sticking out of the tarp. The man's socks are bloody, and his two-tone shoes now sport a third tone. Zimmerman clambers in, grabs the other end of the tarp, and pushes their burden out. It's a long and dangerous route down to the ravine. Dord, who is backing, takes extra care with each step. He's convinced that the wrong step would snap his ankle and send him tumbling down the ravine. So he ignores Zimmerman's chiding. You're moving slower than fucking Christmas, and backs down baby step by baby step. He can't imagine any punishment more hellish than this. He swears to God, as he so often does in the throes of his addiction, that this is the last fucking time he's getting high. Because every fucking time he gets high, something goes absolutely bullshit. And then the next thing he knows, he's carrying a dead body down an uneven precipice in the middle of the night. And fuck me, is that something cold and wet running down my arm?
Ew.
Oh, Christ almighty, I hope I'm imagining that. Finally, Zimmerman says, okay, stop. He maneuvers to the edge of the ravine and looks out. The bottom is dark, yet he doesn't point his flashlight down. All right, we're gonna throw him over. You ready? Sure, gasped Dord.
Right,
Okay.
exactly, Crystal.
Count of 3. 1, 2. With each count, they swing the dead body back and forth, each time moving longer and faster. Then on the final count, they let him go. And he's moving so fast and he's so heavy that Dord almost sails into the ravine with him. Zimmerman has to reach out and snatch him by the wrist to keep him on the path. Careful, he says calmly in Dord's ear, like this is a routine occurrence for him. There's a thud at the bottom of the ravine, but there's no sprinkling of rocks, nor any dust rising up from the darkness. And that thud didn't sound right. There was a wetness to it, one that shouldn't be heard at all out in the desert. Did something break? Asks Dord. In him, I mean? Don't know, don't care, says Zimmerman. Give me the gun. The one you picked up the road. Dord hands him the bloody pistol, happy to be free of it. Zimmerman shines his light around the path until he finds a large, flat red rock just off to the side. Brown stains lie across its face in streaks. Zimmerman walks to the rock, places the gun in its exact middle, and turns it so it's facing the path, as if he wants anyone who comes down to the ravine to see this gun on this stained rock. All right, says Zimmerman, back to the truck. Dord looks back at the dark ravine. Ain't we gonna look to see if he's hid right? He's hid fine, and we were told not to look. What? Why? Zimmerman gives him an angry look. Dord, this is just one of those things, okay? One of those things we talked about. Let's just go.
This one's running out, too.
I'm so goddamn sick of that, Mike, says Dord. I'm sick of being told what I can and can't do. We're being led around by the nose here. Dord, come on. We just hit a fucking body for these folks, and we can't even check to see if the work's done right? It's our asses on the line if he's found out here. I got a fucking pocket full of DNA evidence here. Zimmerman
Evidence.
doesn't answer. He
Oh, we
just
hit
watches
50K
Dord with anxious eyes and
taps.
says,
Thank you.
Listen, I'm going to walk back up to the truck, and I'm not going to look anywhere but ahead of me. I suggest you do the same. You do, and you'll be fine. Then he turns and trudges back up the path, head bowed and eyes averted. Oh, for fuck's sake, says Dord. He struggles for a moment, wondering what to do. For though Dord has a talent for belligerence, he likes Zimmerman, and he doesn't want to disbelieve or disappoint him. He seems to be the only sane voice in Dord's life at the moment. Yet his curiosity is too much. He wants to know. He has to know. He has to find out what they don't want him to see, especially when it's just a few feet below him.
Don't
Just
look.
to check, he mutters. Then he turns
Don't look.
and shines his light down into the ravine.
No.
At first, he sees nothing but rock. This concerns him. He even starts to wonder if the body has disappeared. Then the light falls upon a two-tone shoe in a pale blue pants leg, and he inwardly sighs in relief. It's way down at the bottom, where no one would ever think to look, and it'd take a rock climber to safely get down there. He's about to leave when he stops. Didn't they have the body wrapped tight in a tarp? If so, how could he see the leg? When he carried it down, the only thing that stuck out was the man's feet, and those shoes were quite bloody. Yet the one
Thank
he
you.
just saw was
Hello,
not.
chick. Welcome in.
Dord turns and flashes the light back
Thank you
down.
for the follow.
He finds the two-tone shoe and shines the light on the rest of the body.
I'm worried this might be too
The
dark.
tarp is gone. Did it unroll? He wonders. But something else is different. The man's suit is not bloody anymore. It's dusty and dirty, but not bloody. Dord can see the blue color from here.
Out a little
And he
bit.
still has his white Panama hat on. Yet Dord is sure they left that behind in the road. Then the light falls upon the bundle of red hair spilling out from under the hat. And he sees that the man's fingernails are painted bright red, and he realizes this is not a man at all. It's a woman,
Oh, yeah,
A
that's
dead one.
fun.
but a woman all the same. Yet she's dressed in the exact same clothing as the man from Wink. What the fuck? Breathes Dord. He realizes he's sweating and has to blink the drops out of his eyes. Then, trembling, he shines the light out a little farther. The dead woman is not alone. Far from it. The bottom of the ravine is littered with dozens of corpses, all of them dressed in pale blue suits, two-tone shoes, and the odd white Panama hat.
What in the world?
They've been killed in a number of ways. Throats or wrists slashed, or, judging by the bruises around some of their necks, some were hanged. But by far the most predominant method
Thank you,
is a single
chick.
bullet wound to the head, just like the man Dord and Zimmerman scraped off.
So this person thing keeps getting murdered over and over again, and then they just dump it into the, like, what is going on? Oh, no. We're almost finished with this chapter, and then I'm going to stop the book, and I'll keep coloring for just a little bit longer, but we'll play music instead.
Off the road not more than half an hour ago. Dord can see their man in the tarp now. He has landed in something dark and gray-black and glistening. Yet Dord thinks he can see the shape of a hand or a curled foot among the rotting mass. And through all the yammering and howling in his mind, Dord wonders exactly how long this has been going on. Most of them are men. They vary in size. Short, tall, fat, skinny. A few of the bodies are women. But it's not until the beam of light falls upon a small boy, no older than 11, dressed in a small pale blue suit and cute two-tone shoes, that Dord begins screaming, especially when he sees the neat little hole drilled right between the boy's eyes, which stare up at him from the bottom of
So
the
is it a
ravine,
being that just
hollow, rotted sockets.
keeps stealing bodies or
The next
pretending
thing
to...
Dord knows, he's sprinting up the path to Zimmerman's truck. Because as it turns out, Zimmerman was right. He did not want to know. He did not ever want to know.
Oh, goodness. All right. We'll play a little bit of music. I want to finish this tree. Getting bug wild. You're right. So I'm guessing whatever being, it keeps like possessing. Well, I don't even know if possess is the right word, but it keeps invading a human body, and then it gets killed, and then it gets to inhabit a different body. I don't know. I know I could have left this tree alone. It was pretty as it is, but I think it would have looked odd with us having all this acrylic on the page not to do something on the tree and just leave it. So, sorry. So I'm going to be doing these little blossom flowers. Thank you so much. Thank you for the moo-moos chick. Hey, Bonita. Hey, thank you. Thank you so much for the heart me. Bonita. I appreciate it. I'm doing well. How are you? I think we need to do a yellow center on these purple flowers. And then a pink center. Oh, yes, I understand. I understand. Thank you for popping in tonight. Oh, no worries. No worries. Thank you for popping in. I love that tree. By the way. I don't know why I did a highlight right there. Not paying attention. Hey, Rachel. I think I want to do those frogs in like this, like, I don't know, like, I don't even know if I have the right color that I'm imagining in my brain. I kind of want it to be like that, but a little darker, but I guess we can go with that. I want it to be, I mean, that was the green that we used in our, I wanted it to be more of a blue though. I wonder if I put a light blue underneath it. Let's see. Like, I want a mix of the faded teal and this. I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's see. Then I'm afraid that might make it too dark. Well, do we want to go more blue or more green? Let's see the sea blue. Where is that at? I just saw it. Sea blue in front of teal. this might work. Oh, that's so exciting. I hope you have the best time. I like this color, but it's too dark for my pastel page. What kind of camping? Like, isn't going to be like in a camper? I'm going to go with that blue. And maybe use this as a shadow shade. Okay. Well, that's exciting. That's so exciting. I'm so excited for you. It's going good. I've had a very relaxing summer. I haven't studied art professionally, but I have taken a lot of art classes like growing up. My stepmom, I feel like we need a different color for one of these frogs. My stepmom was an art major, and so I have been in the arts, most of my life. But a lot of it in my adult life is just trial and error and self-taught, yeah. Yes, I do have the long woes. I do love them. I do love them. Oh, I wish I would have done that the opposite. I guess it don't matter. I just don't want to put two blue frogs together. It is what it is. I just overcomplicate things. They're so stinking cute. Well, now that I use that for their belly, what am I going to use for their, oh, I guess I can use faded teal. Okay, I'm going to try this faded teal on for the frogs, shadowing here. Actually, that color turned out pretty good. Pretty good. That teal might be a little too dark, but it is. It is the Book of Love acoustic version by Casper Esmond. I am. I really am. I love the color alongs. I've enjoyed it so much. I just get so hype on those nights. It is the best. The question is, are y'all ready? That is the real question. Amy! The energy is just so great. I just can't get over how cute this page is. I know I say this a lot about my pages, but when I first started, I just didn't know how I was feeling about the colors and the waterfall and then the stones. I was like, ugh. But now it's like, it's coming together. It's coming together. Aw, I'm so glad. I love hearing that. I love hearing that. I need to get some orange on this page. You know what? I could do the orange and like the sand. I don't know. I was gonna do that purple. I guess we could do it orange. I don't know. It's getting to that time of night where my brain stops thinking. And I don't know what I want to do. Yeah, oh yeah, we could do, oh yes. Okay, let's do that. Good idea. We can put some orange in the tube. Put the orange on the tube. Okay, we added some yellow and orange. Wait, what's supposed to say giving? Wait, what is? Sorry, I missed, what's supposed to say giving? Oh yeah, it must have filtered you. Because all I saw was that's supposed to say giving. Hey, aloha. Thank you. Welcome in. I think I'm gonna do a little darker on that. A light gold, maybe. I don't think that's dark enough. Thank you for the moo-moos. And the Go Pops. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, Flawless Boo. I wanted to do like a pastel page. Yes, is after July is when your like night shifts are over. You know what? I think I might do the sand yellow and do the tree trunks purple. Oh, wow. Are you going like to vacation or to visit family or work? Yeah, Crystal, yeah, I think so too, Amy. I think I might do that. Oh, well, I hope your trip goes well. Oh, okay. Yeah, JH Publishing. Okay. Yeah, I actually have some books from there, and I have them as givings that I'm gonna have. That's what I heard. Goodness, aloha, I believe it. Especially like international. Goodness gracious. Right? Yep, I've got like a mini Mabel book, and then two of the they're called fuzzy balls. No, hairy balls, fuzzy balls, fuzzy balls, fuzzy balls, fuzzy balls, fuzzy balls. No, I purchased one. I did win one. I won two, and then I purchased one. It took a long time. Not gonna lie. Books is hard. I hear a lot of people that say that. That's so crazy because, like, me and Amber have won multiple times. So I wonder how that works. But I'm literally in there every day, like it's my job, entering every single one, everyone. So I don't know if that, I don't know. I want to make it like little cracks in the dirt, like, because it's not just like a bank. Well, I guess it does look like a bank. Maybe that looks silly. I was thinking it was like this built up bank, like this is right here. So I wanted to make it look like it was like this cracked. And I like this one even better than the last one for the... I just keep changing the... Sorry. Hey, Sylvie. Thank you, user77, for the follow. Yeah, Sylvie, we wanted to do like some pastel. You know, one of our challenges this month is pastels. How are you? Look, I love popping into other lives and seeing y'all in there. Like all of us following the same people and supporting them, and I just love that. I see Sylvie all the time. I want to say it was like LK Gray, Marker Monster. No, with Loving Colors is another one that I know I've seen her in. They get on kind of late, which is why I watch them, because they get on after me, like I'm on usually. Ah, that's so funny. Yes. That's what I told, I think it was with Loving Colors last night. She was asking, you know, who are flippers? Like, who kind of goes in and out of lives? And I was like, that's me. Especially late at night. I'll, like, come in, tap for a little bit, say hello, chit-chat, and then scroll out, get back in. I was like, I'm a flipper. I can't help it. It's my ADHD. Even like a lot of times I'll stay in Wooks, but I'm usually doing other stuff, like, because I'm, you know, I've got my tapper going and make sure I'm entered in a Givey, or if there's an auction I want to do or whatever. But I have a hard time just sitting there for long periods of time. Unless I'm like coloring along with someone like Griselle, I can sit and watch for a while sometimes if I'm coloring with her, or if she's doing something I want to learn. But no, I definitely try to come in and support. But I'll be in and out. I'll be back in, out, back in, out. I can't help it. 7:15. Goodness, it's 9:16 where I'm at. Oh yeah, Hughes and Kayla. You know, I ordered one of the books that they're working in, and I'm like, man, they all work on the same page sometimes. So I'm like, one night I'm gonna join their live when I get that book. I told her the other night, I was like, my book's on the way. Look, that Crystal, I know you like these. I'm going to show you real quick. This is the one I'm working on right now. It's my first page that I prepped the page. Oh, this is it. I'm working on Cusco. Cusco. Oh, shoot. Here we go. I'm back. I'm sorry. Okay, I do want to use a green. Yes, that would be fun. But I want to do a pastel green. Well, shoot. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I do want to do the orange for the little lotus down here. Orange grass. Yeah, we can do like more pink up here. And we can, well, I worry because, I can use a light tan for, I don't know. I love using a limited palette, but it does make it hard sometimes. Picking what's gonna be what. No, not in their disco. Cause I honestly like, I just have, and then I just had to leave one, well, more than one really, because just trying to run my own and everything, I have a hard time keeping up and trying to do with everybody else's. And then like the notifications stack up, and then I feel bad because I'm not participating. So yeah, I would love to outline that in white, but I'm afraid I'm gonna lose the color with the water. I don't know, Moonchild, what color thinking for his hair. I'm not sure. Oh, you know what? I should have done this like purple and teal, because I should have done him orange and yellow. It's okay. I might use a light. I might use. Oh, I could do glitter. Ooh, hi, minute. I forgot I got these puppies. Yeah, a lot of my extra time goes towards like planning and dealing with our community. So I don't have a whole lot of time to try and do a lot with everybody else. as far as that. Okay, let's see. Outline in white first, and then we'll try one of these glitter markers. I like that idea. And we do have this nice, like some orange ones. Let's see what color we want. I guess maybe the gold one? Or should we do like the transparent one? I think we should, you know what, I got an idea. Let's color the white actually with the orange. And we'll do the transparent glitter and see how that looks. Okay, I got the right one this time. I need to change it to the chisel tip. Well, you know, if this was like, it depends on the page. Like for me, this one with it being all pastel and kind of whimsical to me, like it's kind of a, I don't know. If it was like my Bobby Goods or something, I would probably test it. Or my Dooley Bugs, or like, you know, a book that I really treasure. Oh, there we go. We got our sparkly lily pad. Our lotus, I guess. Well, it's okay. I thought I missed your message, and then you didn't send one, so I thought that you were dead on the side of the road. Okay, we'll see. Oh gosh, no, Sylvie. We do, oh wait, you're in ours, aren't you? I actually let our super fans decide on how they wanted to do ours. I think how ours is pretty good. I really like this color. Ooh, you know what? We could do the grass this color. Yes, and I love how it's an entry, so you could do more than one if you want, or, and, all that. Let's do it. I like that. Hmm? Is there another one? Okay, I will. I do like the pink here. I'm thinking, like, I'll probably do this blue and this blue, but I think I might do some more pink up there. Thank y'all so much for all the love and the taps. And oh, I still have my Audible sticker up there. Crystal, can y'all see the Audible sticker okay? Like, it's showing on my end, but I wanted to ask that earlier and I forgot. For when we do the Audible. Okay, good. Okay. This was my first time using an image. So instead of like their sticker, so I just want to make sure it showed. And I know I can take it off now, but I don't worry about it. I ain't worried about it. Okay, the only thing I didn't like was how dark the teal was. I think I might find something a little different. Like, I might use the teal, but I think I want it in between. Maybe BG19. Okay, how do we do this grass, chat? Obviously, we'll go in and add some flowers, but I want to do some dark patches. Okay, that's gonna be my in-between, and then the dark teal can be the faded teal can be the, like, Moon, thank you for the follow. I love that we did this color for the grass and the bushes, the shrubberies. Girl, they hold me hostage. They won't let me leave. I'm just kidding. I am just enjoying the page. We even added some glitter. I want to add some glitter to these purple flowers. Hold on a minute. Where's my couture? I mean, cultra. I keep calling it couture. These are my couture markers. Isn't it cute? Thank you, Maddie, for real. Oh, I should have put on the detail side. Oh, Lord. Hold on a second. I'm probably going to ruin this tree with this glitter, but I need an excuse to use it. Sylvie said, see, I told you, Maddie. I told you. Tuesday nights are for full pages. Don't tell me I ruined my tree. I don't care. I need to use these markers. I'm trying them. You can't have a whimsy page without some glitter. Okay, I have noticed this, like my tip fraying. I haven't even used this one. Okay, there's our purple. Yes, it's crunchy because the tip is frayed, and I haven't used this one before. I've used the bullet tip to do the swatch, but I haven't used, and this ain't the first one that has been like that, but it's okay. No hate. No. I want to do these pink. I don't know if I can do any more though, chat. I'm tired and I'm hungry. I want to swim somewhere like this. Oh, look, I done got sidetracked and forgot about my trees. Yes, tomorrow is our color along. The Doodly Bugs color along. So I will be back tomorrow. For show. These aren't done though. I want to add some. I am about to go get me a sandwich. Y'all, everybody done talked about sandwiches enough. I want a dang sandwich. By George. Oh, I'll just leave it at this because I really do want to add some like flower, like, you know, some detail into this. But I want to go eat. All right, well, love y'all. Thank y'all so much. How they do the new one now? I don't even know. How is it? how did the Gen Xers do it? I don't even know. Something with their that's not even the same finger. How do you do it? Thank you. I can't even. All right. Yeah, they got some, I don't know, Gen Zs, I don't know. They got some kind of new way and they're doing their hearts. How is it like this? I don't know. Shoot. Y'all have a good night. Love y'all. Bye-bye.